Welcome in, everybody. Super glad to have you. Just me today at the studio, and we are going to be doing a number of things today, mostly answering your questions. And so we have a lot of teams that we need to take a look at to help you guys out, trying to make some moves to either rescue your fantasy football season or make sure you win the championship. We've got plenty of trade questions. We'll be taking trade questions, sit questions all night. Just wanted to get together, answer any questions you guys have. So appreciate you guys all joining. What's up, Zersky? What's up, Boone? Good to see you. Would you stash Woody or Kyle Monungai with Swift being limited? Definitely. I still think I would go Woody there. I'd still think I would go Woody. So Swifty's limited. I hadn't heard that one yet. That's interesting. Appreciate you. What's up, Omar? Traded away Devonta Smith, Brees, and Golden for London, Tillman, and Tootin. I mean, you got London in that deal, and I like that. Tillman's not a bad asset to get either. He's kind of underrated right now as well. So, but thanks, guys, for joining in. Again, if you would like to submit a question or submit your team, we've got the link pinned up top. You are definitely more than welcome to send anything my way tonight. We're going to be, again, just answering questions, helping you guys out, taking a look at your guys' teams. So appreciate you guys all joining. Is Tyler Warren cooked after the toe injury? I don't think so. What's even the latest on that? I hadn't read anything about that today. Is there something I don't know? Tyler Warren. He didn't practice. You are very correct. He might be. If Tyler Warren's cooked, Nathan's cooked. So, like, you know. The practice reports are coming out. I've been working this afternoon. Yeah. Interesting. So, yeah, I mean, obviously that would have a pretty big ripple effect for a lot of players, including Josh Downs and Michael Pittman on the Colts offense, by the way. The Colts offense has been PFF. I mean, has graded, I think, the third highest offense so far. So if you lose, the guy who's getting the most amount of targets there, then, Avery needs to fix his fantasy lineup. Hampton in the second. You're telling me, dude. Hey, the Hampton breakout is coming. You just have to wait for it. I'm not surprised Hampton's struggling these first couple weeks, but yeah, right now it doesn't look great. Hampton is a bust. I definitely disagree with that. Like, I mean, I think Hampton is still going to be very good this year, but he's definitely started slow. So, missed practice but seemed cheerful. I did see that he was interviewed. I didn't see that was because of the toe though. So, yeah, is Downs out? So I've got Pittman in the flock league. Like, this is not bad news for me. So, obviously, I want the Colts to be healthy, though. They're my favorite team, and so, it kind of goes both ways there. But all right, what we'll do, if you got any trade questions, sit questions, link is right here. We're gonna just go through, start answering these questions. I'll keep an eye on the chat for you guys. Appreciate you for jumping in. And again, we have literally answered hundreds of trade questions today, so they're flowing in right now. So if you have any trades or any start sits you have questions on, just submit it. I'll answer it here on the stream for you. I want to try to do the Dynasty ones later, but let's start with this one. It's trading away Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt for Travion Henderson. Now, this is a 12-team start 7. I still have in my rest of season rankings. In fact, let's go ahead and pull it up right now. Let's go ahead and pull up my rest of season rankings. And again, you can get the rankings, create an account with code domain on the site. You can get them for free. Now, in terms of running backs, my rest of season rankings, I still have Travion Henderson a tier ahead of Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt rest season. I have Travion Henderson as my running back 20 rest of season in this big tier, guys, and Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt as running back 25. So realistically, you're also getting Trey Benson on top. I think you're getting the better player in the deal here with Travion Henderson. I'm a little bit, I don't know about you guys, I'm a little bit skeptical of Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt being like this huge producer in fantasy football. I like him, but Greg Roman's a horrible offensive coordinator for fantasy. Yeah, he would have been good for Hampton if he hadn't changed his ways. So yeah, I would take David finally catching a stream here. That's awesome, man. Can't believe we've never heard of you before. Appreciate it. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I would just take Travion here. I still have Travion. I mean, rest of the season, guys, in the chat, are you taking Travion or JCM rest of the season? I'm gonna take Travion. My guess is they're gonna continue to ramp up his usage. So I will take this trade, Bitter Hornet. Appreciate you. And another one from you here. T. Higgins straight up for Travis Etienne. I have these guys ranked very close. This is your team here. You need a running back too, but you have London, Sutton, Ibuka, and Pearsall. So personally, with looking at your team here, and you have very good wide receivers, but you really do need a better running back too now that Aaron Jones is out as well on IR. I am going to go ahead and make this trade and take Travis Etienne here. I have these in the same tier of combined running backs and wide receivers, and so I'm definitely comfortable just making this swap and going to Travis Etienne rest of the season. I think Travis Etienne, pretty safe in my opinion. So Travion, Travion. You like JCM with the better offense. That is a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, I agree. I think it's got to be Travis here as well. I mean, in fact, like overall, I might flip these guys at this point. I need to move the running backs ahead of T. I hate Hampton 42. I can't go that far, but I mean, I definitely understand why your username is I hate Hampton. I don't hate him. He's still my guy, but my username would be Hampton screwed me, royally screwed me 42. Running backs and wide receivers to target in trades. Good question. Let's just take a look at some of our rankings here and talk about some of the running backs and wide receivers that we have been telling people to buy. One guy that we have been saying to buy is Chuba Hubbard. One thing that you should consider with Chuba Hubbard as a buy is the Panthers just did lose 2 offensive linemen, and so that is going to affect him. How much, I'm not sure. Alvin Kamara is a good guy if you're looking for a top-end guy to go buy. Kamara is a good running back to buy. I would say Breece Hall is another guy you can go and buy, and that would be somebody I'm comfortable with. If you really believe in Hampton, you could buy Hampton. I'd be totally fine with that. We like Swifty as a buy. He's limited right now, so that's risky, but we do like him as a buy right now. And then Quinshon Judkins, I think, is another one. In terms of wide receivers to buy, there's a couple options here. I think you could try to buy low on Drake London. I'm looking for guys here with like really high utilization scores, but just haven't turned that into points yet. Typically those guys, especially if they're uber talented guys like Brian Thomas, typically those guys tend to turn around in the season. Brian Thomas and Drake London both, I think, are buys. I think they're both A-tier guys potentially that you could invest in right now. Mike Evans is a guy I think you can buy low on right now. He hasn't done anything in the first 2 weeks of the season, and the utilization still has been there. It's Mike Evans, and he hasn't had a touchdown, and so I think you could go with him as a buy as well. And then down in this tier, if Jaden Daniels wasn't hurt, I would say Terry, but the Daniels injury obviously changes things for me there. Rashee Rice, if you're 2-0, is a great buy right now. Chris Olave, the utilization has been very, very high for him as well. And then I also like Ricky Pearsall potentially as a buy. And so those are some ideas for you. I hate Hampton. I'm sorry to hear that you hate Hampton. I'm sure he probably screwed you like he screwed me. So Hampton's fine. Just called in a favor for week 2. Just don't blame him in week 13. Oh my gosh. It's going to be crazy that we're playing twice this year. It's a protected rivalry. If you sweep me, I will cry. At this point, I don't know, man. I'll show you guys. My team was #1 in the power rankings for the entire length of August. And within 2 weeks, I'm in 11th now because Chase got moved down. Terry and Devonta Smith have moved down. You've got Kyron Williams and Amarian Hampton have moved down. And so, my guys have so underperformed. It is crazy. Here's a fun stat for you with my Flock League team. Outside of Patrick Mahomes, the rest of my starting lineup through 2 weeks has approximately 1 touchdown. 1. Jamar Chase scored a touchdown, and outside of that, nobody else in my starting lineup has scored a touchdown outside of Patrick Mahomes. Is that not insane? And it's not like they're bad players. It's like Terry. Terry just got paid. Devonta Smith is also on a big contract and in a great offense. They're just not performing yet. That's why I'm not necessarily freaking out, but Ethan says, send in a trade question. Appreciate you, man. We'll keep working down the list here. That's a Dynasty one, so we'll skip the Dynasty ones for now. MTSS got a start-sit question here for us. Kyron Williams, Breece Hall, and Jordan Mason. So this week, obviously, you have Jordan Mason without Aaron Jones. He's going to be my flex option here for sure. In fact, I would say probably flex Jordan Mason. Oh my gosh, you have Odunze. I'm going to put Odunze in your second wide receiver spot. And then between Ted McMillan and Jordan Mason, I think these guys are going to be very close for us in our rankings overall this week. I am probably going to lean the guaranteed volume in Jordan Mason. I think they're going to lean pretty heavily on him with JJ McCarthy being out and, of course, with Aaron Jones being out as well. So this is how I would flex your running backs here. I'd start all 3 of your heavy production running backs. So appreciate you. Hampton or Pearsall? I still am starting Hampton. I think that breakout's coming, and I just want to start him when it happens. So I have Hampton labeled as a start, as you'll see on tomorrow's video. So lost some depth in week 2. Is this trade nuts? You'd be down tiering from Henry to Chase Brown and Chuba. I don't think it's nuts. Let's take a look at your overall depth on this team, and we can kind of decide from there. I mean, you got Hampton. Yeah, you did lose some depth. You've got good wide receiver depth, though. It's only a start 7 as well. So in a 12-team start 7 league, 1, 2, so you have 5 of these guys here. I personally don't think you should do this. I get it. Hampton is not reliable right now, but I still think he's flexible. And in the start 7 format, you would be flexing Hampton. You'd be starting Henry, starting Puka, Marv, and then, you know, Sutton potentially. I guess you have to start 2 running backs, and you would be flexing Cortland Sutton, and you would be starting the 2 running backs, which again is fine. Like I personally, in a start 7 league, I think you're going to be better off with the better player in Derrick Henry. So I tend to lean upside, and he has more upside than both these guys right now. I continue to hold. It's not nuts, but again, like I think it's probably smart to just hold. Is Genty a buy low? I mean, if you watch Ashton Genty, then you're not really concerned about the skill set. It's really just the production and somewhat of the usage that's the question for Genty. But if you watch him, you know he's a dog. I think Genty could be a buy low. I'm okay with trying to buy Genty low. But Smokey, I'm going to hold Derrick Henry here. I'm going to hold. All right, trade question here from Dynasty. I have May, Bijan, Bucky, JSN, AJ Warren, and Odunze here. So you're basically taking AJ Brown and Hawkinson and up-tiering, in my rankings, what is 1 spot to Drake London. But Hawkinson is, you have Tyler Warren. I'm totally fine. I think you're getting an upgrade with Drake London. The volume has been great for Drake London, whereas with AJ Brown, it's not been fantastic. I'm totally fine taking TJ Hawkinson, who in our overall rankings, we have pretty low now. I'm totally fine in a 10-team start 7, just going and getting the better wide receiver and getting Drake London. So I'm totally fine going ahead and doing this. I think it's a fine trade for you. So, all right, I got the link right here. If you want to get your team reviewed tonight, or if you would like to get your start-sit question answered, of course, there's the way to get your trade questions, start-sit questions, or team in the queue, so we can give you guys all the advice we can tonight. G-Bodie's got a start-sit question for us here. So you have Bijan and you have Travis Etienne, 2 must-starts here. Wide receiver, we're, of course, going to go with Marvin Harrison Jr. and T-Mac, and it's just a matter of J-Mo versus Omarion Hampton. And this week, I'm totally fine just going with Jameson Williams in a game against the Ravens. It's going to be a very high-scoring game. He's a really good start this week. And realistically, like, I'm not starting Hampton over Travis Etienne this week yet. And so I think this is a situation in a 12-team start 7 where you actually just leave Hampton on your bench. If I had this choice in the Flock League, I would be starting Jameson Williams over Hampton personally. He's a safer start, in my opinion, this week. So, and again, what projects to be a very high-scoring game for that, I think it's Monday night, the Detroit-Baltimore game. So, but that's how I'd fill that one out. Appreciate you, man. Let me know if you got any other questions. PX Tay, 0-2, crashing out. I've been there, done that. Bottom of the point. I know how you feel is what I'm trying to say. I can't think about it. Like, my problem is if I think about how I'm last in the Flock League and how I have the least amount of points, I want to die. And I genuinely do not think I have the worst team. I genuinely don't think that. I genuinely don't think that I'm out of the playoff race, but 0-2 just statistically sucks. Oh, gosh. Trying to trade for BTJ here. I am not opposed to this. It is a start 8 league. Let's look at your team. Yeah, you've got Monty on the bench. Yeah, I'm doing this. I think this is I think BTJ is a great buy. You're also selling high, quotation marks, on Emeka Ibuka, which honestly, I think it's possible in some leagues, depending on how your league values guys like Ibuka, the hype train can go too far. And so definitely fine with making this 2-for-1 here and taking Brian Thomas. So good trade in my opinion. Could Mason be slowed down by the Vikings offense just sucking? Feels risky putting him over T-Mac. Look, I mean, they're both great starts. I have them pretty much ranked back-to-back. I tend to just lean, hey, I'm going to start my running backs or my wide receivers. So if you feel more comfortable with McMillan, start McMillan. Like, it's not like I'm like, oh, it's Mason over McMillan all day. I just tend to I like to start my guaranteed volume guys. But no, I get it. Hampton's a little shy and just needs a non-primetime game to settle in. Yeah, he's had 2 primetime games against Max Crosby and the Chiefs defense. He's going to be fine. We are overreacting, so we will take it slow here. Shore Steve's got a question for us here. Appreciate you, Shore Steve. How concerned are you for BTJ with Trevor? And, you know, Nathan and I talked about this on a video today. I'm not that concerned about BTJ at the end of the day because the volume there is so good for him. He's just not turning. Look, BTJ, I think people have called him out pretty much everywhere because he looks scared to get hit. He doesn't look like he wants to be there, and Trevor Lawrence has sucked. I think you're pretty easily going to see BTJ get the volume he's always gotten in the first couple weeks, but he's going to bounce back. I think you're going to see a bounce back game. Personally, I think BTJ and Trevor Lawrence figure this out. I'm not worried, and I still have BTJ as a buy. I think at the end of the year, we'll look back and be like, oh man, there was a buy low opportunity on Brian Thomas Jr., and so we should have taken advantage of it. Realistically, I'm not super duper concerned here. And so that's kind of my verdict on that one. So Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt here. This is a 12-team start 7 redraft league. It's Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt and Amon-Ra St. Brown. You're basically trading Amon-Ra for Nico and JCM for Kyron. Personally, you know, I'm totally comfortable doing this. I think Nico's usage, people have him a little scared, but I think it's fine. I think you're pivoting here. I think you're within the same tier. Let's look at my rankings for these guys, honestly. I think I have them, and I should have them in the same tier. And as you can see, I have Amon-Ra St. Brown and Nico 10 and 12 in the same tier. You're moving within a tier there, but at running back, you are moving up, I think, 3 tiers. 2 tiers to Kyron Williams. And so you're going from the running back 25 to the running back 13. Totally comfortable with this. I like this deal a lot. This is the type of deal that ends up winning you a league, in my opinion, so I'm good doing it. So this team had a whiteboard. I need a running back too. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. Basically, you'd be pivoting from Lamar to Daniels, which I think is fine. And then from Sutton to Kamara, I mean, the tough part about this, Vice, is that I feel like Sutton to Kamara is not that much of an upgrade, whereas you're downgrading a lot from Lamar to Jaden Daniels. And so, like, if we could get rid of Sutton here and do DJ Moore instead, I would much rather do that. Especially with Jaden Daniels probably missing this week. Like, you're going to be without that quarterback. So, then here's your team right here. Start 7 league. It is a 14 team. I would much rather give up somebody else, but you have Hampton and Sharps. You're kind of in trouble there. So I get that. But then it puts you in a bad situation at wide receiver as well, because your wide receiver 2 becomes DJ Moore. And so personally, like, if you can do it, I'm trying to get better running back room. So far I traded Pacheco for Charbonnet. They won't take DJ Moore. Man, let's just, you know what I want to do here? Let's just type this into the trade calculator here. And see what the trade calculator says. And so you would be sending away Lamar, and you'd be sending away Sutton, and you'd be getting Jaden Daniels and Kamara. Yeah, it's pretty even. If you want to do this, I'm fine with it. I'm gonna say it's fair. If you want to do it, Vice, I'm cool with this. Obviously, you know kind of where I stand in terms of, like, you know, trying to win that trade. So Miles has a start-sit question here for us. Looking at wide receiver, Rome Odunze, Tet McMillan, or T. Higgins here. Rome is a must-start for us. He's going to be the highest in our rankings. After that, you know, this is a dynasty start-sit, but you have Jalen Warren in your flex. If it were me, I would start Tet over Jalen Warren still, I think. I would feel more comfortable doing that. I would probably start Kincaid over Hawkinson too. Outside of that, I like the rest of your lineup. So those would be my recommendations for you, Miles. So you want a chopped league update? All right. Well, let's just pull up the chopped league then. I'll give you an update. All right. Where's the chopped league? Here we go. Chopped league. I am number 5 in standings. Number 5. It's sorted by points for. I have not been close to the cut line each of these weeks. It doesn't show the waivers on here. Oh, yeah, it does. So you can see, like, Josh Allen in this league went for $389 out of 1,000. Genty went for $350. Keenan Allen went for $157. Laporta $150. Devonta Smith I almost got here. I bid 91. The winning bid was on that with 103. I almost got him. I probably would have taken Khalil Shakir for more than this. I probably should have bid on him. So yeah, that's I'm doing great. I haven't picked up any other players yet because I haven't really needed to, and I've got Rashee Rice coming back in 4 weeks, so I'm feeling good, man. I'm gonna win that league. It's my league. Can you see my flock league team? Yeah. The Flock League team looks like this. And again, like, you know, the running back room has decreased quite a lot because of Kyron and Hampton both kind of dropping down everybody's rankings. The wide receiver rank was first and is now fourth. Somehow my tight ends are ninth now. I don't know how that happens. So this is the Flock League team. Again, these are all guys. Kyron, Hampton, Terry, Devonta Smith, four guys that I really need to. I need them to produce on a week-to-week basis. I need them to score me a lot of points, and all four of them. It's a perfect storm where my whole team has had a slow start. I don't think they all continue the pace that they're at now. I think they're going to eventually be fine, and once that happens, I think this team's competitive. But there is the off chance that Terry and Devonta Smith just suck now, but I really just don't think that's the case. I really don't think so. So still is tough though. Still is tough. All right, Bingham's got another Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt trade question. You'd be moving from Jaden Daniels to Knicks, but you'd be going from JCM to Kamara and Jacoby Myers. With the Jaden Daniels injury, I'm actually cool with this. It's a start 7 league here. Let's take a look at your team. You'd start James Cook. You would start Kamara. You'd still have Henderson, and you have Mason. Good gosh, your team is really good. Basically, you're like, is it worth the down tier? The problem is here, the one thing I could see, your team is already so stacked. And I don't know, that Kamara kind of takes it to the next level, in my opinion. And you could stream quarterback if you need to. I'm personally fine doing this one. I'll take the Kamara side here, Bingham. All right. And then Chase Brown and Troy Franklin for James Conner and Brian Thomas. So, again, buying low on BTJ here. It's a redraft, but it's a super flex league. You're selling high on Troy Franklin here. You're down tiering a little bit from Chase Brown and James Conner, but then you get Brian Thomas here. I mean, this is an absolute no-brainer in my opinion, because you take Brian Thomas over Chase Brown easily, and you take James Conner over Troy Franklin easily. This is an absolute no-brainer. Like, yeah, you're smashing this trade, man. You are running, hitting that trade accept button, and you are running away. So there's the link right there if you want to get your start sit questions, trade questions in here. We're just going through answering everybody's trade questions. As you can see, they're just coming in. We're going through. We can answer any questions you guys got. Have questions about trades that you could make. Have questions about your lineup this week. Or if you want to get your team looked at, we've got plenty of those we're going to do tonight too. Yep, just send them in and we'll be good to go. So, all right. A trade question here from Liam. Liam, appreciate you. This is a redraft 1 QB 10 team start 7 PPR. So Drake London is what we're looking at here. We got Drake London and Tyler Warren. And we would be going from Drake London to basically down tiering. You're upgrading at tight end. You're down tiering from London to Higgins, and you're getting Connor on top. I will say, in a start 7 league, I don't know why it has the Flock League linked here, but it does. I don't think your team is linked. In a start 7 league, I think I saw you, Liam. There you go. Yeah, I see you. I tend to want to hold these guys unless you are dying for depth. I think I'd rather have London and Warren here by a pretty decent margin. So I think I would hold Liam. I think I would stay put unless you really don't have anybody to start in your flex spot. I personally think would want to hold the best players in this deal. It would be London. So appreciate you, man. All right, start sit question from Psychality. Let's take a look at this lineup and get it set. You got Baker, you got JK. Yep, and then Genty, agree, and then you've got JSN, Puka, boom, lovely. This is a freaking fantastic team. McBride, and then your flex spot here. Basically, should I flex Judkins? I personally would probably go Keenan Allen this week. Judkins has a really tough matchup against the Green Bay Packers, and we still need to see how much he's actually going to get worked in as the starter there. He's projected to be the starter, but it's a tough matchup. And so, honestly, I would flex Keenan Allen over him this week. And I would flex Keenan Allen over the rest of these guys as well, over Franklin, Tillman, and Downs, and Jones is obviously out. So that would be my decision for you there, Psychality. Appreciate you. Harvey's the best guy off my bench. Yeah, but who's your last flex spot, Liam? Who's your last flex spot is my question. So, all right, Alver says, I don't know whether to flex T. Higgins or DeAndre Swift here. And so, you've got Higgins in there. Swifty was limited today. I don't know why there's a ring ad because I'm not buying a ring. Doesn't give a ton of detail yet. I think if Swifty's healthy, I'm starting Swifty. If not, obviously, if he's like game time or he's out, you obviously have to start T at that point. And so I would start Swifty there. I think I would rather start the running back. He continues to get a lot of usage there. And so I personally would go with Swifty if he's healthy and he's playing this week. So appreciate you, Alver. All right. Psychality's got another one for us here. It's a Baker Mayfield and Emeka Ibuka for Josh Allen trade. This is a 1QB 6-team. 6-team start 7. I am surely going to do this. I'm surely going to do this. Let's look at your team, but like almost certainly yes. Okay, so you have Bijan, Jacobs, Neighbor. Yes. Oh my goodness, this is. Oh my gosh, yes. In a I cannot believe you could even get this done. In a 6-team, oh my gosh, it's not even close. Yeah, you take Josh Allen here and you freaking run. You run. You're starting Hampton. I have to start Hampton, so I don't have anybody else to start. Swifty is limited every day. That's very true. So yeah, Psychality, dude. Yes, you're making that trade. It's not even. That's like that's a blowout. Yeah, 6-team leagues are tough because of that. But that's an easy no-brainer trade in a 6-team league. So yeah, I know 6-team leagues. I never even seen a 6-team. I don't think. Juwan Johnson or Travis Kelce. We're gonna go Johnson here. Just want to make sure my weekly rankings reflect that. So let's take a look here. So week 3 rankings are live on the site. Still making some changes as we go through here, but. Expert average has Kelce first. I have them back to back in the same tier. Ooh. I'm gonna say Johnson. Still getting a ton of target volume there. And then your last flex spot here. No running backs we want to start here, but you've got Sutton and JMO. I want to look. I mean, again, JMO, Sutton we obviously have at 23, but JMO we have 31. Sutton has the Chargers. I think you have to start Sutton here still. I do love JMO though is the thing this week. I love him. So I think you got to go Sutton there here, Luke Hang. So appreciate you. Start Hamptons or Dobbins. The ads don't lie. I know. Co-worker last second lead for $50. You're gonna win that league. Hampton or Dobbins, I would do Dobbins this week. So, welcome, Jordan. Happy to have you, man. All right, K Solonier. Just made this trade. It's a redraft 1QB 12-team start 8 league here. I got Ted McMillan and Amon St. Brown at wide receiver. Basically, you sent away. Okay, hold on. I'm making sure, I'm assuming you're in the chat, you got the Breece Hall T. Higgins side? Because you're upgrading from Javonte there, and the Mike Evans T. Higgins thing is a pivot. And so in my opinion, the value probably does lie with the Breece one. So I'm assuming you're in the comments. Let me know if that's what you got the Breece Hall side here. But if you did, again, like Mike Evans, T. Higgins is a pivot. It's a slight upgrade from Javonte to Breece Hall, and I take Breece the better player here. So, yes, I like this trade if you got the Breece side. So, I honestly don't hate the trade the other way either. I like Mike Evans better than T. Higgins by a couple spots rest of the season, so it is an upgrade there as well. It's honestly a very even trade. So, but either way you look at it, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be good. So. Appreciate you, K Soliner. All right. Just drop the link again. You got the trade questions. Any trade questions you've got team reviews. Yeah, I will answer chat questions. Of course, there's pretty much always a queue right now for. Yeah, I can't even. There's a long. These are flying in. So trade questions and start set questions on the side are flying in. So I will continue to keep an eye on the chat, but I've got to prioritize those people who jump the line and get theirs answered here first. So appreciate you, Cassius. Thanks for jumping in, man. All right, let's keep moving. Keep making trades here. Chase Brown You basically be trading Chase Brown for Cam Scatterbo, Cortland Sutton. For me, that's like Chase Brown to Sutton, and you get bonuses on top in a start 7 league. I'm fine doing this. I'll take this Cortland Sutton side here. Scatterbo's a nice little piece too. I like Chase Brown, and it is a start 7 league. Let's take a look real quick at your team. I don't know. Your wide receivers are pretty good. Sutton's not a huge upgrade over Jamison Williams, in my opinion. So in that case, let's just look. 2025 wide receivers. I know I have Sutton ranked higher, but it's a matter of how much higher. Sutton I have ranked at wide receiver 18. JMO I have wide receiver 25. You know what? Because that's really the difference, is you're going from just flexing JMO to flexing Sutton, because you've got to start Bijan, Chase Brown, JSN, T. Higgins, and your last flex guy would be here. Honestly, instead of doing this, I'd rather, you're getting Kyle Pitts here. I would much rather hold Chase Brown here and spend this to go get a better tight end. You don't need Scatterbo in this format. In a start 7, you don't really need Scatterbo here. So, in my opinion, I think I would probably hold 12-team start 7 upsides everything, and you get the best player here. I'd take Chase Brown here. And again, I would prioritize getting a little bit of a higher upside tight end if you can. So, all right, Opticlone. So flex spot here: Keon, Quentin Johnson, or Josh Downs. This week, we are going to have, I think, Coleman ranked the highest. So Coleman, we are going to have at 45. QJ, we're going to have at 36. So we actually did move QJ up quite a bit in our rankings this week. I'm not used to that, but the play might be QJ here. I'm going to say Quentin Johnston. I'm considering flexing Quentin Johnston in the Flock League this week, actually. It's between him and Michael Pittman, and so just a matter of which one I want to flex, but I'm going to go with QJ there, Opticlone. Appreciate you, man. So, Fire. Appreciate you. Redraft 12 teams. This is a start 8 league, so you're basically, man, I mean, realistically, you're getting an upgrade, a pretty significant upgrade to Chris McCaffrey, but you're down tiering off of probably the best player in fantasy football in CeeDee Lamb. But you're getting BTJ. You're buying low on BTJ. I would think people would rather have the Christian McCaffrey side here. I think I would rather have the package here. Let's take a look at your team here real quick. You would add BTJ. You'd have Devontae Adams, Sutton, Jacoby, and then you would add Chris McCaffrey to Bucky. I mean, you feel a lot better about McCaffrey than you do Breece Hall, and so that's kind of the kicker in this trade, in my opinion. This is a very even trade. I'm going to say it's fair. I'm totally fine doing it. I think for your team, it fits fine. And so we can go ahead and make this move. And, it's a little bit risky because you're betting that Christian McCaffrey is going to stay healthy. But at the same time, he offers infinitely more upside than Breece Hall. And I think BTJ has a lot more upside in him than what we're seeing. So that would be my 2 cents for you. So fair deal. I'm fine making this with your roster. And, I appreciate you, man. I hope that trade works out for you if you make it. Buying Chris McCaffrey is a scary thing, but it's also awesome. So I'm in need of a tight end. Is this a cooked trade? Oh my, I don't even think. I don't think this is that bad. I honestly, I think I'm comfortable with this. I mean, you're giving away 2 guys in a 10-team start 8, QJ and Harvey, who are never going to see your lineup, for a guy in Tucker Kraft who absolutely is going to see your lineup. In fact, you need him. Because right now, I mean, it's a start 8. Allen, it would be Kraft, and then it would be Gibbs, Henderson. You need a running back 2 upgrade. London, T-Mac, Ibuka, Travis Hunter, Calvin Ridley, and then Jordan Addison there. You've got some guys on waivers, though. I mean, you got Troy Franklin on waivers you can pick up and start. You got some good waiver options because it's a 10-team. I'm personally fine with doing this. I'll take Kraft here rest of the season. I think it's a good trade, Andy. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for submitting a question. All right. Icy's got a trade question here for us. Or sorry, start-sit question. So I think you'll end up starting Jones. I don't think any of these quarterbacks are available for you this week. This is a Dynasty start-sit question. So I think you're starting DJ. I think you're starting Indiana Jones there. You've got your running back set. At wide receiver, we're going to start Nico Collins, Jackson Smith and Jigba, and then we're going to go down to our flex here, and we're going to start Bucky Irving. Great matchup for Bucky this week, by the way. And I think in the weekly rankings, we still have Garrett Wilson and Mike Evans back-to-back. I don't care which one. It's a PPR. I would probably go Garrett Wilson here, but if no Fields, I would go Evans here. If there's no Fields, I'd go Evans. You could start Isaac Tesla and get that one-handed, get points for one-handed. Hey, if in a one-handed catch, point per one-handed catch league, Isaac Tesla has a cheat code, so he's a beast, dude. He looks so good. This is how I would do it, Icy. I think you're going to end up having to start. Yeah, no, it's fine. You do have a lot of options here. But, like, I'm not comfortable enough to start Scadaboo or Tracy over Mike Evans. And so, really, for me, it's between, like, Hunter, Evans, and Garrett Wilson. So, I think I would just lean Hunter there. Or, sorry, I think I would just lean Mike Evans there. So, appreciate you, Icy. All right, Psychality's got a start-sit question here for us. Javonte Williams, Josh Jacobs, and Ashton Genty, who you're considering here at running back. Let's look at these. Are guys that are tough to rank this week. I have Jacobs above Genty, and I have Javonte over both of them, this is how I was kind of leaning. I'd go Javonte, and then I would personally go Igbuka. Didn't practice today, but you have JSN and Rome. I think you have to start JSN here. I think you got to go JSN, Neighbors, and Nico in a full point PPR league, especially. And then Warren or Laporta, I would typically say Warren, but if he's hurt, you might end up having to go Laporta, and so you just do be considering that and keep an eye on the injury report as the week goes on. So someone in my league dropped Bucky for Javonte, and I snagged him. Was it like a one-team league? Holy cow. Dropping Bucky? That's how I would do it, Psychality. Again, keep an eye on the injury report with your tight ends. The rest of it, though, I feel good about. You can't sit JSN in this format, so. Link is in the chat. Just posted it again if you'd like to get your team reviewed, or if you'd like to submit a trade question, trade ideas, or start-sit question. I can look at your lineup. Appreciate you guys. Drop a like while you're here, by the way. We only have 53 likes. Let's get that up to 100. Debo and AJ Brown. Pretty much a straight swap here. As you can see by my rankings, I have AJ Brown much higher than Debo rest of the season. I'm taking AJ Brown here. Dahomas, it's not even close for me. I think you take this and you run no matter what. I can never do it. Midgetocalypse. No, gosh dang it. Midgetocalypse. There you go. Midgetocalypse. You know that gets me every time. Hampton Odunze. Wow, I don't want to trade Odunze. Oh. Chat. Take a look at this trade for me. Are we taking Justin Jefferson side or Odunze side here? I don't care about Fannin and Burden. It's really just Hampton or Odunze for Jefferson. Which side would you prefer here? I'm curious because this is very even to me. Tyler Warren is hurt. He didn't practice today as a toe injury, so hopefully not Joe Burrow's toe injury. That's what we're praying. Odunze side here or Justin Jefferson side here? I'm very curious how people are perceiving Justin Jefferson's value right now. What's up, Chase? Good to see you. Odunze. That's kind of what I think. I'm not crazy. I've got 5 Odunzes. I figured you guys would say J-Jeff. All you guys are saying, I'm holding here, man. Look, I mean, I think we're 2 weeks away from Rome Odunze being ranked very close to Justin Jefferson. I really do. I mean, Rome Odunze in almost every aspect, from a volume standpoint, from a production standpoint, has been better than Jefferson so far this year. I'm not saying it's going to stick, but I do think that Rome Odunze has the upside that Justin Jefferson has right now. I would take Odunze here. Carvana loves Jefferson, which honestly, I think it's very fair, but I think I'm holding here. Oh, this is a Dynasty trade. Oh my gosh. Okay. That changes things. Okay, in a Dynasty league, I should have known that. Duh, you're a Dynasty player. I knew that. Yeah. Well, in Dynasty, I feel like you probably hold Hampton and Odunze here. For sure. So that kind of changes things. So I'm glad that makes it easier, honestly. I would hold. And honestly, like, I mean, I'll look at your team here real quick. And a 10-team start 11. Holy mother, I see. Okay, I get it. I get it now. This is starting to make a lot more sense to me. He's your wide receiver 4. But it's a start 11 league. And it's a full point PPR league. It's an even trade. Honestly, it's in Dynasty, it's even, and I'm fine doing it. It's up to you. You do get Burden, that's kind of nice, but I still lean the Roma Dunze side, to be honest with you. So this is the Jefferson conversation that got Nathan to sell him. Oh my gosh. What's funny is this year he actually should sell Justin Jefferson, and he literally can't. Like, he would get bullied so much he can't. But he should, in my opinion. Like, I would pivot with where people still value him. That's maybe unpopular. But honestly, Wentz is going to be better than McCarthy for Jefferson. So that helps in the short term, in my opinion. Okay, flex spot here. We got the worst bell cow in the league, Tony Pollard. We got Rashad White, Tootin, Tillman, Downs. I mean, it's really close. I still think you have to start Pollard here, unfortunately. You still got to start the guaranteed volume here, in my opinion. I think the rest of your lineup is correct, but this is how I would do it as of right now. So, appreciate you, Chase. Thanks, Happen. Appreciate you, man. Andronde Gaming. This is a redraft question. This is your pretty much just your last flex spot here in your starting lineup. It's a 1 QB 12 team start 8 PPR league. Henderson, Mooney, Hollywood. Those are really the guys you're deciding between. Very, very, very tough here in this last flex spot. And Downs, technically. I mean, Downs is in that conversation. You're not doing Golden. I don't think I could do Henderson either. I think I want to do one of the wide receivers. Okay, so Mooney, Downs, or Marquise Brown. Let's look at our weekly rankings here. My guess is we have Mooney the highest. Mooney for us this week is 48. Downs is 53. Holly is, I know I've got Holly down here too. I can't freaking read. Holly is technically the highest here. So I'm probably going to say Hollywood Brown. So, appreciate you. Yeah, Kyle, let me know about your question. Appreciate you, man. What's the long-term thoughts on Golden? Do we give up? Long-term this season, if you can give up on Golden and get anything like worth taking, yeah, I would do it. Like, honestly. So, I mean, realistically, I just don't see the volume ever being good enough for him there. They're not going to feature a wide receiver in that offense, and that is really the scary part. And so, all right, we're going to keep going. Trade questions, start-sit questions, of course, can be submitted through the link that I just posted in the chat. And you can show up on the team, give you my thoughts on your trade, give you my thoughts on setting your lineup for this week. So take advantage there. But let's do this. Chase, this is a redraft 1 QB 10-team start 7. Does this make sense for my team? I'm worried about wide receiver afterwards. You're basically going from Amon-Ra to Ladd, but you're going from Chase Brown to Gibbs. Okay, so, I mean, yeah, I'm fine with the trade. You'd have Bijan and Gibbs, which is broken. But then you'd have Ladd, T-Mac, Devonta Smith, Worthy, and Pearsall. I'm honestly fine with this. I think I would just take Gibbs here. You're getting the best player in the deal. I would take Gibbs. I like this trade for your deal. Jay Colley, I would do it. So, or this deal, this trade for your team rather. So, appreciate you. I like it. All right. Adamp 506 here. Rate my team and Ridley, Kittle for Hill and Tootin. So Ridley and Kittle for Hill and Tootin. Ridley to Hill's an upgrade, but Kittle to Tootin is a downgrade in my opinion. I think it's even. In terms of your team, I can't actually see it. And so I'll go ahead and give you a trade question here. To get your team rated, though, you'll have to get the team review option. I can definitely take a look at that trade with your team in context. So I sent you a free trade question. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Joe. Yeah, I would rather have Coleman over Golden for sure. Yes. Yeah, 8 a.m. So you should have a free trade question now if you want to link your team and I can see it and we can look at that trade. Money Mullins, we're just setting a starting lineup here. Redraft, 1 QB, 10 team start, 7 PPR league. At running back, David Montgomery, Quinshon Judkins, or Amarian Hampton. This week, my guess is Hampton is still the highest ranked guy here because we've got Montgomery at 28, and then I've got Hampton at 26. And so for me, I'm going to go Hampton here. And we don't have Judkins up there yet. We have Judkins at 31. Again, still trying to figure out how much work Judkins is going to get off the bat here, but that's where I would go with that one there, Money Mullins. Hopefully that helps. Appreciate you, man. Are you just doing the ones that come in right now? What about the ones submitted before the stream? It would have already been done, Wes. So if you submitted one before the stream, it's probably done. I probably did it at the beginning of the stream, or we just did it before the stream. We did it off screen, so. All right, start sit question here. We got a last flex spot to decide, and really you're between T. Higgins, Franklin, Swift. It was really between Swifty and Higgins. If Swifty plays, I'm probably more comfortable just going Swifty here and starting the running back. Obviously, you're gonna have to keep an eye on the injury report. My second choice here is easily T. Higgins. I'm not starting Worthy this week just because I really don't want to see what's gonna happen with the whole torn labrum deal. Fully torn labrum, which evidently I realize you can play through, which is news to me. So I would say Swifty if he plays, if no limitations. If not, it's gonna be T there. So all right, 26 early mid first is Dynasty trade. 26 first and Romo Dreams 8 for Brian Thomas. I would hold here. Early first, I would hold. I think you just hold Lejeune and keep seeing where his value is going up. I don't think he's done increasing in value, Blue. So personally, I would just hold here and yeah, I would keep I'd keep the first here. So Happen just made this deal today. He targeted a Chiefs fan because he sent away Rashee Rice, Bucky, and Devon. Wow. Yeah, this is a great deal. Good job. Yep, you did really well here, Happen. You get the best player in the deal. You get A.J. Brown. You're buying low on a wide receiver who struggled but still has elite volume. Obviously, Rashee Rice, this could end up looking very good for the other team here when Rashee Rice comes back. But for now, I mean, this is an instant win for you, I think. So. Oh, you're talking about your team review, Wes? I do have it here in the queue. So those are going to be, we're going to pivot to team reviews here once we're through all these questions. And then I don't know how many I have before you. I have 4. I'll try to get to yours today. Absolute latest, it will be tomorrow. So, all right. So yeah, I like that one, Happen. Appreciate you, man. Good job. Another good Happen trade. Hard time trading away Brown and Pollard. I need help. Okay, so do you mean Chase Brown or Marquise Brown? With Pollard, what I would try to do is, from a running back perspective, when you're looking at the guys around him, I would even pivot to Jordan Mason now, Chuba. Let me switch this over to my rest of the season so I can give you a more accurate view about who I have ranked around Pollard. But anybody in this tier, I'm comfortable with. So Javonte, Travis Etienne, Hampton, Henderson, Connor, and Walker. Obviously, only do Henderson if you can afford to wait for him to break out. Kind of the same thing with Hampton. If you want a down tier here, you could down tier to like a Swifty, Ja'Cory Krosky, Merritt. J.K. Dobbins is a good down tier target here. You could go to Judkins or David Montgomery if you want to do a little bit further of a down tier. So, what's up, Axiom? Good to see you, man. So, that's kind of what I would say for Pollard. In terms of Brown, it depends on which Brown it is. If it's Hollywood, then, Hollywood, I think there's a ton of guys around him you can pivot to and it'd be totally fine. So, I want to sort by the expert average here real quick and look at Hollywood. Mooney would be a great one. Kupp, QJ, Khalil Shakir, Rashid Shaheed. I would do all of those. And so, hopefully that makes sense. No, I don't think I can see your team. No, because you did a super chat, not a trade question. So, I can't see. But which Brown is it? Chase Brown. Okay, cool. Yeah, then I can still answer. For Chase Brown, again, there are guys still in the expert consensus rankings, like moving to, if you can move to Kamara straight up, I would do it. You can move to Breece Hall as a down tier, Etienne as a down tier, Chuba as a down tier. I would do all of these guys. And so honestly, I'm very comfortable with the guys below Chase Brown if you can just get a little bit on top as well. And so that's kind of how I would approach it. So, but appreciate you, man. And if you have any more specific questions, you can let me know. Stitch says, just sending a review request. Us donation. Got to make a decision tonight. All right, I got you, man. We'll refresh here and we'll get you done. JSN for Bucky Irving and Deebo Samuel. Here's the trade. So it's a 1 QB 12 team start 7 here. And unfortunately, you'd be sending away the best player in the deal here, but you would be getting depth. It's a nice depth piece for you. Let's look at your wide receiver room. That's probably the number one thing I'm worried about. JSN's your wide receiver 3 in my rankings, and you have Terry and Olave, whereas you really, really, really need the help at running back. So I'm going to be fine making this trade. I'm good with this, Brady. Sucks to trade away JSN, but you drafted very well. You drafted very well at wide receiver, and so you have the flexibility to go ahead and make that move with Nico as your wide receiver 2 there. So. All right. There we go. Appreciate you, Brady. All right, Eric. Redraft 1 QB 12 team start 8. All the non-review questions in the same queue I submitted as starts a little ago. Yeah, it's probably answered, Steve. We are up to date on those. So yeah, I'm doing them as they come in. As you guys submit them on the stream, we're going ahead and knocking them out. So if you submitted one earlier, you should have the results for it. If you saw my team, if you can submit that as just submit a trade question, JLE50, then I can switch over and look at your team. So submit it as a trade question instead of a super chat, and you'll be good to go. So would you swap Marv for Tet or just hold here? So at that point, it would be Tet McMillan for AJ Brown and then Travis Etienne for. Yeah, well, I mean, I would say, I mean, if this is the deal, I'm taking AJ Brown and Breece Hall here. So I would do it with Tet, but I'd almost rather keep Tet than Marvin Harrison Jr. right now. I have Tet as a hold, and so I would probably just say go to Breece Hall and AJ Brown here. If you can make this deal, I'm doing it. So that's an easy one. Appreciate you. Rick No Morty in a redraft 1 QB 12 team start 7. Moving Josh Jacobs for Brian Thomas Jr. It's fair. I'm fine doing it. Let's take a look at your team. Kind of leaves you in a tough spot at running back with Hampton being your 2 and then JCM and Jordan Mason. You do have Jordan Mason, though, and he looks better rest of the season now. In fact, we need to move him up our rankings. It's a full point PPR. I'm going to say it's fair. I'm fine with it. I think it's fine for your team as well. And so you have that to kind of go off of. All right, QBs. We got Hurts and Nix here. Wide receiver, we got Chase Wilson, Pearsall Smith, Shakir Downs, running back JT, Kyron Stevenson, Tootin. Who can I trade for better flex? I'm 1-1 right now. So right now, it looks like your flex options are going to be like Pearsall, Devonta Smith, Shakir. You know, I think somebody like Devonta Smith is going to project better rest of the season. So I would just be a little bit patient there with Devonta Smith, and you might get some better results. But really, it's like what I would do is I would take like either Garrett Wilson and Ricky Pearsall or Ricky Pearsall and Devonta Smith, and I would up tier there. At running back, you're looking at your flexible options being Tootin and Stevenson. And so I think the main thing to increase your upside in your flex spot here is going to be an up tier at wide receiver. You could also try doing an up tier with Ramondre and Tootin and getting a better running back 3. If you can pull off 2 up tiers here, I'm good with it. But really with this roster, what you're looking at is Smith has been off to a slow start. Kyron has been off to a slow start. And so you should project pretty well rest of the season here. I do still think to raise the upside of your flex spots, what you could do is package either, I want to hold Chase, but either Wilson and Pearsall, Wilson and Smith, Pearsall and Smith, and maybe even like Shakir and Wilson or something like that. Package any of those bottom 4 wide receivers, bottom 5 wide receivers, package 2 of them for a better one, and then if you can package Stevenson and Tootin and get to anywhere respectable, that I think would give you a better flex option as well. So hopefully that makes sense. Really appreciate you. Your name's not on here, so I can't shout you out, but appreciate you super chat so much. All right. Start sit question from Salty Reasoning. You've got J. Jeff. After that, you're really looking at who to start here. I think we have Terry McLaurin ranked the highest for week 3 out of these guys. It'd be Terry McLaurin, Travis Hunter, Ricky Pearsall. Yeah. So Terry, and then your flex spot here, basically, are you starting Ramondre over these guys? I personally think I'd start Ricky here. Oh, Keenan Allen, I forgot you have. I don't have Keenan Allen above Ricky, though. I have Keenan Allen the same tier as Ricky, just behind him. I would just go ahead and go Ricky Pearsall here, Salty Reasoning. So, tough, but that's kind of what I'm looking at. I would just go with your gut and say, I want to double check where I have DJ Moore here. DJ Moore is right there, literally right next to Ricky Pearsall and right next to Travis Hunter and right next to Keenan Allen. These guys are literally 3 of the 4 spots right here in my rankings. It isn't a bad matchup for DJ Moore either. So I will put DJ Moore because he's my highest ranked player, but of course you realize here that these are all very close for me. So go with your gut and obviously use any context or injury decisions as we go. So, all right. Adam's got a question for us. Adam506. Bashal Tootin and Tyreek Hill for Calvin Ridley and George Kittle. I mean, realistically, I think you mentioned this one. Oh, yeah. And you wanted me to look at your team here, I think, right? Yeah, I had you resubmit this one. I think that was what it was. Let me know in the comments if that's what it was. I can't remember. I've answered a couple since then. Basically, you would be trading away Tyreek Hill, and you'd be getting Kittle and Ridley. You have Juwan Johnson. I mean, I think I'm holding here. Like, I think I'd rather just have Tyreek. Ridley's not been good so far. Tyreek gives you more upside. I have him ranked 16 to 20 spots higher in my overalls. And Kittle and Tootin aren't that far apart. I honestly don't think it's worth doing this move. And so hopefully that's the answer you're looking for. I can see you in the comments. So let me know if you had any other questions beside that. Just looking at your team, I like Tyreek as your wide receiver 3. I don't think Ridley helps that, and Kittle's no help to you right now. And so honestly, I think I would just hold here. That would be my opinion. So no, you did fine, man. You did good. Let me know if you have any other questions. You can just type them in the chat right here. So thank you for submitting. Oh, and then you got, and then you have the team review in here as well. And so perfect. Yeah, we'll take care of this here as well. All right, Jay's Fantasy's got a trade question. Is this a good trade or am I asking too much? Jahmyr Gibbs, Devonta Smith. Honestly, you know, I think you're not asking enough here. I personally am not making this trade. It's a dynasty. This is a dynasty league. I mean, for me, Jay's Fantasy, this isn't close for me. Jahmyr Gibbs is far and away the best player in this deal. I wouldn't take all 4 of these guys for Jahmyr Gibbs in dynasty ever. So I would 100% just hold. If you're going to trade away Jahmyr Gibbs here, like, you're going to need a lot on top. Like, you would want to down tier to... See, I wouldn't even do this unless you're, like, rebuilding. But you could go for Henderson and, like, Amon-Ra. And maybe you could get... Honestly, I don't even like this. I'm going to be honest with you. And I know this is what you're asking me for. I'm not making this deal. I'm holding on your team. Let's look at your team right now. Your team looks like, to me, in Dynasty, it looks like a reload. And so I would not do this. I would hold Jahmyr Gibbs, and I would want a lot more back. I wouldn't go try to buy contending assets. I'm really glad you submitted this question because this is going to save you from making a mistake that you would regret in the future. I would definitely hold Gibbs and Smith here. Jay's Fantasy, I'm assuming if you're in the chat, I don't know if you've gotten a blueprint for this team, but if you haven't, you might look into that. I would love to take a look at that team and give you a more in-depth review of it and kind of what moves you should make with that. Olave, Devonta Smith, basically up tiering to Amon-Ra St. Brown's. 12 team start 7. I typically like the best player in the deal here. I think I'm good with this. Let's look at your team. Devonta Smith. So it would be Mike Evans, Amon-Ra, Debo, Pickett. Yeah. Yep. You're doing this deal. You're doing this deal. I love that, T-Ballard. Appreciate you, man. And then Yeah, I got you, Paul. We'll get you taken care of, man. Appreciate you. We'll give you plenty of trade options as well. So A-Cole's got a trade question here for us. Or sorry, start sit question. We got 3 flex spots we're deciding. This is a redraft 12 team. It's a start 9. It's a deep league. You got to go Smitty. Travis Hunter. And then Shakir. I have Shakir still ranked ahead of Troy Franklin by about 8 spots, and so we're going to go Shakir over those guys. But that's how I'd fill it out. I'm not starting any of the running backs. It would be between Troy Franklin and the last guy, and I'm taking Khalil Shakir. So appreciate you, Jaden. Yeah, no, Jaden, legitimately, anytime you have a question, please just make sure and ask. If it's your first year, look, your team, when you look at your overall value in your league there, you're not, if you try to compete, if you try to make that move, you're going to end up in a very, very hard rebuild. Be very careful with the trades you make since it's your first year playing. Join the Discord. The Discord's free. Ask people over in the domain section of the Discord, the Dynasty domain section. We will absolutely help you out, man. Definitely want to make sure you're not making any moves that would have you rebuild after this. And so, appreciate you, man. Anytime you have questions, let us know. Definitely passionate about making sure the Dynasty peeps are taken care of. So, we love the Dynasty peeps. All right. And then I got your other team review as well. So, appreciate you. This looks like you submitted it twice, actually. Is this the same team here? Is this the same team here, Paul? If it is, and you got charged twice for it, we can refund you for one of them. If it's a different team, it's fine too. We can do both of them. So, all right, Zoom Boy. We got a start-sit question here. Again, I've got the link right here. I just posted it to get your team reviewed, to get a start-sit question, get a trade question. Yeah, you did. Are you sure, man? We can send you a refund if you get over on the Discord and you we can work to, just let me know, Paul. Like, we can take care of you, man. Appreciate you submitting a team review though. Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams here at quarterback. You know, I think it's going to end up being Caleb. I don't think Jaden's going to play, so I'm just going to go ahead and put Caleb there. Evans, Wilson. And then between Judkins, I think you got to go Smitty here. I think that's how I would do it. Full point PPR here. I'm going to start your wide receivers over like Ramondre is the only guy I'm considering. Ramondre and Judkins are both kind of in the same ranking spot for us. But they both have, tough questions with them. 30 and 33, whereas we have, who we put, Devonta Smith in here as our wide receiver 29. I just feel more comfortable there, so. Is Mason streaming today? He's a freak and he streams all day, so I'm assuming he is, but he was in the chat earlier, but I honestly don't know, so. I appreciate you, Paul. Yeah, I'll take care of you. We'll get that full team review. I'll give you multiple trade options, and we're going to send you a whiteboard as well, and so you'll have that, and you can look at that and reference it, so. Yeah, appreciate you, Jaden. Can somebody, one of our domainers, can one of you guys drop the Discord link for them so they can join the Discord, so. Yeah, appreciate you, Paul. What's up, Chucky? Good to see you. What's up? Yeah, we'll get to it here soon, Paul. Going to get through as many of these start and trade questions as we can, and then we'll jump over team reviews. All right. In fact, after this round of start, sit, and trade questions, we'll start doing team reviews. So we're going to be on here for a while, I think, tonight. All right. Zoom boys. Yeah, that's just start, sit question for you. Appreciate you. Cole's got a trade question here for us. Dynasty Superflex 12 team start 9 here. 27 first is early. It's Chase for, yeah, no, I'm still not doing this. I don't care about the 27 yet. I don't mind the structure of the deal, but realistically, like, I don't want to get a 27 first from Rome Odunze. I think Rome Odunze is still too far of a down tier in this deal. So, yeah, and I can't find a deal here I like with Chase. I would hold. I would not trade Chase to this team, Cole. Appreciate you, bub. J-Hack's got a question for us here. We're going to fill out a starting lineup, and he wants to know if you should make a move upgrading quarterback or running back. So at quarterback, obviously, you're going to have Love and Caleb. This week, though, we have Love ranked higher. No, we have Caleb. Oh, Caleb plays Dallas this week. That's right. It's a good matchup for him. You're going to go Caleb there. Going to go Tyler. And then you're going to go in your last flex spot here, JSN. And then should you upgrade running back? I mean, you could get a better running back 3, but you have Ramondre and Henderson. One of them is startable, but your wide receivers are so good here, and it's only a start 7. I honestly think you're fine. What you could do is you could take, like, Ricky Pearsall and Travion Henderson if you wanted to and try to upgrade maybe try to upgrade. Or honestly, take one of James Cook or Chuba Hubbard and then pair one of Pearsall or Henderson or Harvey and try to up tier. So I would say an up tier is good for your team. If you can do it at quarterback for a good price, I'm fine with it. Otherwise, I think upgrading at running back is a good idea here because your wide receivers are broken. So we appreciate you. Thanks, man. All right, Jagged Expense got a big trade question here for us in redraft. Holy smokes, this is a banger. I don't love that you're giving away neighbors here, but you're getting back London and McMillan. I hope you're 2-0 if you're making this deal because you're getting back Rice and Judkins, but you're getting back Kamara. Man, I think I have to take this. I think I'm good with the side you have here. It's a start 7, so, but you're getting back London, T-Mac, and Kamara, and you're starting all 3 of those guys in a start 7. I feel much more comfortable with starting those guys over these guys. And the neighbors to London down tier I don't think is as bad as people want to say. And Rice will crush when he comes back for you. I'm good taking this Jagged Expense. It's a big deal, but I'm cool with it, to be honest with you. So, all right. Diablo's got a start sit question here for us. Appreciate you, Diablo. Dynasty Superflex 12 teams start 10 here. We're just filling out the flex spots. No Addison. It's tough. It's tough. Oh, you got Connor. Boom. We found one. Oh. There we go. And then really, I mean, I think you have to go Judkins here. Yeah, you got to go Judkins. So it's going to be Connor and Judkins before you start those running backs, Diablo. Appreciate you. All right, Lishadow XD. First year newbie here. Nice, man. Appreciate you. Looking for start sit advice. And also, should I trade Kelsey for Kraft? Do we have any other people that's their first year playing in here? I love it when we have first years because I feel like you're going to be with us for a long time. Okay. Yeah, you got to go ETN and Javonte. Oh, frick. You've got to flex JSN. You've got to start Nico. And so it's really ETN, Kyron, or Javonte here for week 3. Pretty sure it's ETN. Yep, it sure is. You got to go ETN there. And then you have to start JSN. It's a full point PPR, and JSN's killing it. And should I trade Kelsey for Kraft? Yeah, if you can do that, I would do it. I've got Kraft ranked higher than Kelsey rest of the season. And so... yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Appreciate you so much, man. Psychology, it's your first year. I didn't realize it was your first year, man. You've been around. You've been active. You've been around. Yeah, Keenan is pretty much a must start right now. Whole milk is king. I do like whole milk. Panicking on Hampton. Should I hold or try to upgrade? I mean, I would hold. Realistically, I think that the breakout is coming for Omarion Hampton. It's just a matter of kind of waiting it out. And honestly, I don't think Kenneth Walker offers much more upside at the moment than Omarion Hampton does. I would hold. I would hold through it. You'd be selling low, and I ultimately don't like that. And so I think holding for your team is going to be best here. I mean, he's your running back too, so you have to start him, but I'm fine with it. I'd rather just hold here. I mean, I appreciate you. All right, here we go. So looking at your team, you said you were having trouble, by the way, and I'll go ahead and fill this out for you while we're at this. I'm pretty sure I have Chase Brown ahead of Genty. And then your last flex here is going to be Jordan Mason. In terms of moving Chase Brown, I'm fine moving Chase Brown, but I'm going to say basically the same thing that I said before. I think if you can just pivot from Chase Brown to the other guys in that range, then I'd be cool with it. But even that down tier would be fine. I think you said you were talking about Pollard as well. It's a start 7 league here, and you're not flexing Pollard. So what you could do is package these guys together and upgrade. That would be fine as well. So maybe try to do that. And if you're packaging Chase Brown with somebody like Pollard to upgrade, you can get to like the James Cook, Jonathan Taylor, Bucky Irving range, and I would very much like to get in that range with this team. So, and I like holding Genty on this team. So appreciate you. All right. We're going to do some team reviews now. We've got plenty to do, so we want to knock some of these out. We'll come back and answer these sit questions and trade questions here in a couple minutes. I want to knock out a team review first, and then we'll kind of pivot back and forth and keep doing them. So you guys can keep submitting your questions. I'll keep answering them, of course, but let's do this. Icy Flat, he's been in the queue for 4 days, so I want to get this one done. Icy, appreciate you, man. Osama bin Trappin, nice. I'm actively looking to make a trade in this league. I drafted from the 8th spot in this league, and it turned out to be a really weird draft. Now, your team in our power rankings here is 8th. It's a redraft. It's a 1 QB 10 team start 7 PPR league. Okay. I want to grade out your positions here real quick. Just give you general thoughts on them. Baker and Daniel Jones, I feel fine with. I'm just going to give it like a 6 or a 7 in a 10 team. Maybe probably a 6. I mean, with Dak Prescott, you've got nice depth, but you really don't need it in a 1 QB. You got Brees, Achane, and Aaron Jones. This is probably in a 10 team. This is probably like a 6 as well. At wide receiver, you've got Amon-Ra St. Brown, Rome Odunze, T. Higgins, Terry McLaurin. 5th rated wide receiver room in this league. I would probably give this a 6 or a 7. And then Tucker Kraft, I'm also going to give a 6 or 7. So pretty even across the board here. Just looking at some of the moves that we can make for this team. Like what kind of jumps out to me, because you're starting 7 guys. So you're starting Achane, Brees, Amon-Ra, Rome, T. Higgins, Kraft, and Mayfield. So it puts Terry on your bench. It puts Khalil Shakir on your bench. In my opinion, you have room to up tier here. So like what I'm going to do here is I think I'm going to take T. Higgins and Terry McLaurin, and I'm going to package those guys together in up tier. When you're looking at these guys, Terry McLaurin, up tiering from him would get you, I think you can get into like the DK Metcalf, Garrett Wilson. Let's look at your rest season here real quick. Yeah, DK, you can get up to like Cortland Sutton, Zay Flowers. I would target one of those guys here. That's kind of where I'd want to go. So I would do an up tier at wide receiver. I like your quarterback and I like your tight ends. I honestly think you're in really good shape here. I would say I would probably drop Njoku for Downs, who's on the waivers, or Shaheed. You have Aaron Jones, and he's obviously going on IR, so you're going to lack some running back depth there. And so if you can try to trade one of your quarterbacks here, one of your backup quarterbacks to a team that needs quarterback, for example, this team right here, I don't know why it switched, has Burrow and nobody else. Try to trade one of your quarterbacks to this team and just get like a backup running back like Ramondre or Jalen Warren here. That would be a perfect trade for you. And then lastly here, I honestly like... If you end up moving like T. Higgins and Terry, of course, if you move T. Higgins and Terry, you can get up way high here, and that's probably what I would prefer to do. So T and Terry are both ranked here. I think you get a little bit higher than this. I think you could get up to the T-Mac range here. I don't love this range of wide receivers, honestly. A.J. Brown, you could try. Brian Thomas, you could try to buy low on. If you don't do that, my last move would be to recommend to pivot from T. Higgins and just kind of go to somebody who I feel a little bit better about the QB situation long term. So J-Mo is not a bad pivot. Cortland Sutton I like as a pivot. Zay Flowers I like as a pivot as well. Outside of that, man, like, I mean, I like your strategy here. I've really, when you're looking at your ranks for wide receiver and running back, I think your main priority here should probably just be shoring up those positions and rolling with Baker and Tucker Kraft. I think Baker and Tucker Kraft at your onesie positions are perfect for this team. Work the waivers, because here's what you can do. Even if you up tier, I mean, you've got waiver level guys like RJ Harvey you should be picking up. So, like, I would do an up tier too, and I'd pick up RJ Harvey. I'd pick up Josh Downs or Rashid Shaheed. So, outside of that, man, like, I mean, you're 1-1. Your points for look good. I think you're a top contender in this league for sure. So, we'll send the whiteboard over to you. Let me know if you have any other questions about that. So, Jaden says, how do I access the blueprint? If you jump over on the Discord, Jaden, we can actually just walk you through that process. If one of you beautiful people in the comments wants to help Jaden out with that, you can probably do it better than I can right now. So we can get you hooked up with that, Jaden. We'd love to do a blueprint for you. So we haven't heard anything about Mixon. I would be prepared not to hear anything about Mixon, to be honest with you. So, all right. This is the one I needed to redo innovations here. Innovation, appreciate you so much, man. I had Garrett Wilson and Kamara. I traded them for CMC and Kraft. Yeah, and that's fine. Any other trades I should make to improve my running back 2? Pretty happy with that position. Appreciate all the work. Appreciate you, man. Sorry about that again. Hopefully this makes up for it. Love thy neighbors. Looking at your team again here. Bo is going to be fine. Bo is like a 3 or 4 at this point, I think. CMC, you know, yeah, you got CMC, but the running back fall off is steep. It's going to be like a 4 or 5 there as well. Your wide receiver room is going to be like a 7 or an 8, and your Tucker Craft here is going to be like a 6 or 7. This is a 12-team start 8, and so we do have to maintain, you know, some depth on this team, just because it is a start 8 league. And so what we're going to want to do here, I think, is take Ja'Cory Cross-Gamera, Zach Charbonnet, and up tier. I'm fine holding Harvey and Tootin, but Tootin can be used as a throw-in in any of these deals. But I do want to do an up tier at running back. I probably want to do an up tier at receiver as well with QJ, Mooney, or Boutte. I want to do 2 up tiers here and just get higher upside, guys. And then what you can do, again, I don't know why on a 12-team Khalil Shakir is on your waivers, but if he really is on your waivers, my gosh, you should go get him right this second. My gosh. So you make that move. The third move that I would recommend here for you, though, just another idea, is trying to move like a Zach Charbonnet type. If we're looking at our overall rankings, I wanted, yeah, expert average here, overall. Charbonnet, in terms of the quarterbacks around him, Kyler, Drake May, Caleb Williams. Nix is technically higher than that, so I don't know. Maybe you can take Bo Nix and add Charbonnet to him and get like a Herbert or Baker, and I would feel better about that. So that would be my third suggestion for you here, Innovation. So, no, I don't think he hasn't submitted, David. He would be new. I think he's brand new, so he doesn't know anything about it. So he would need his options and how he could get one. So thanks for helping me out, dude. So yeah, overall, again, like, you have to maintain depth in this league. It's a half-point PPR. Get that running back 2 slot short up. Make a couple up tiers. Play your waivers if you've got a guy like Khalil Shakir on there. But again, I think your strength of this team is obviously your wide receiver room, which I love that. It is a half-point PPR league. And so another move to consider here is pivoting off of Brian Thomas Jr., somebody who's going to get more. Actually, I lied. Brian Thomas Jr. is good in this format. Neighbors is also good. T-Mac's good. Like, I honestly like your wide receiver room a lot. So, but if you make those moves, I mean, again, your points for right now looking pretty good. I mean, you're top of your league for the most part. There's like 1-2 guys like just 2 points ahead of you. You're 2-0. You're looking good, man. You get even higher upside. I mean, you're 2-0 with that running back too. I think you're going to be just fine here. And so, we appreciate you, man. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll knock out some start, sit, trade questions right now. And again, if you do want to get your team reviewed on the stream tonight, not only do we do the live review for you and give you all the moves you should make and what you can do to improve your team, you also get one of these. This is the whiteboard. This is how we actually grade out your teams. We give you the 4 factors when we send you the whiteboard. It's mathematically calculated on our back end, but we give you all the moves. We give you everything. And so if you do get a team review, keep in mind that comes with it, and we send that to you when we complete your review. We usually send it about a day afterwards, so we can complete that for you. But again, I've got the link to get your questions answered and your team reviewed, whichever one you want. I've got it right here. So I'm going to refresh. We'll go down and answer some questions, and we'll jump back up and keep doing some reviews here. So, all right. Little Panda, we'll start here. Dynasty trade question here. You're trading Gibbs for Olave, Jacobs, and Harvey. Again, not enough for Gibbs here, especially in a 10-team start 10, especially in a 1 QB where Gibbs is so valuable. See if we got anybody we can move here. If you can do Achane, if you can get Achane, Olave, or honestly just Achane and AJ Brown, I'd be cool with that. Achane and Tet McMillan, I'd be cool with that. That's the type of deal I want to make here. That's the type of deal I want to make. If you have to throw back let's say you have to throw back Scatterboo to get this done, or you have to throw back, trying to find somebody to sell high on. We don't have anybody. A second to get this done. I'm totally cool with that. So, I want more for Gibbs though. He's way too valuable in that format. So, Devonta Smith and Ricky for Brian Thomas, easy one here. I'm definitely cool buying low on BTJ here. I'm a big advocate for buying low on BTJ right now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do this one. So. All right, Ander, AJ, and Ladd. Wide receivers, Achane and Bijan, and Henry is running back, need wide receivers. Okay, cool. So AJ and Ladd are your wide receivers. Achane, Bijan, Henry running back, and you need wide receivers here. Yeah, because you have Achane, Bijan, and Henry. But you have Bijan and Henry. You only have to start. It's only starting 7 here. This is a fair deal. I'm honestly cool with you doing it. You do need running backs, and so because it's only an 8-team start 7. But, like, I think you get the 2 best players in this deal, so I'm good with it. Think about this trade. Any suggestions, any thoughts? It's a 12-team redraft. Start 7 league here, and you're doing Addison Etienne. It's not even relatively close, man. If you can get this done, you take Etienne and you run with it. I'm not super high on Addison the rest of the season just because of the passing volume that we've seen so far in Minnesota, and so I much prefer Etienne. Appreciate you. Not luck, just Bucky. Goddard, Andrews, Waddle, Flowers, and JT. You're getting the best player here, though. You're getting Puka Nacua. You get Travis Etienne there. You get DK. In my opinion, oh, this is a Dynasty League. Woo. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still taking this. I'm still taking Puka here. Still taking Puka. I like this for any Dynasty team, honestly. You win in value. Week on wide receiver, who could I trade McBride for? I need it. So let's look at the overall rankings rest of the season where McBride is for everybody right now. So, like, you could flip him for A.J. Brown. You could try for Brian Thomas. That would be a slam dunk. JSN or Brian Thomas would be out of the park home run in terms of trading away McBride for wide receiver. But A.J. Brown would be good. Ladd McConkey would be good. T-Mac or Rome Odunze, Garrett Wilson, all those are good options. So, obviously, as you get lower down the list, try to get a little bit on top of that wide receiver. But those are the wide receivers that I think if you're trading Trey McBride away for, I think I feel good about that. So, what do you have to pay to get a team review? It depends on if you're a member of the site or not. So check out the link that I've got pinned. And if you go through if you link your team and go through the process, it should tell you. If you're a member of the site, you get 30% off. So it ends up being like $55, I think. So any of you guys who are on the season pass, by the way, there is a button when you're on the season pass on the homepage where you can upgrade from a season pass to an annual tier, and that actually comes with the free team review. So if any of you guys are season pass holders and you're interested in getting a team review, you basically get the rest of the site for the entire year for free, and you get a team review with it. And so check that out if you're on the season pass. But appreciate you, Lucas. Those are some guys I would target. So all right. Do a couple reviews here, and then we'll bounce down and get these trade questions taken care of for you guys. Again, you can keep submitting your trade questions, your start-sit questions. We can also submit your team reviews, and I can take care of you. We're going to keep moving down the list here. Eli, appreciate you. Nicotine addiction. I need help at running back and or quarterback, but I can't come up with any logical moves with any of my top 3 wide receivers since I start all 3 of them every week. Yeah, okay, so we can take a look at this. That happens. We've got you at 5th here in the power rankings. This is a 14-team league. It's a start 7 PPR league. And yeah, you do need help at running back here. Just grading out your team here real quick. Justin Fields, not bad, but it's probably going to be like a 2 or 3. In a 14 team, you know, he's a little bit better, maybe a 3 or 4. Chuba, Zach Charbonnet, Pacheco, I mean, you're looking at probably a 3 there as well. But Nico, JSN, London, and then like a huge drop-off like you mentioned. But in a 14-team league, man, that's a 9, and Tyler Warren's an 8. So your strength is clearly at wide receiver, and you're kind of like, I get what you're saying. You can't come up with logical moves. What you're going to have to do here, I mean, because you're starting Fields, Warren, Nico, JSN, London, Chuba, and then one of you have to pick between Charbonnet, Pacheco, and Golden and Io Manor. Let's give you a couple ideas here. First of all, let's give you a Charbonnet pivot. So let's just get somebody you can start every week and not have to worry about the volume. That's what I think we should do. So Charbonnet right now, let's just go ahead and look. He's down here. Let's just pivot to another running back. Man, if you can get to J.K. Dobbins, Jalen Warren, Jordan Mason, I think that's a great deal. Worst case scenario, you can go down. I honestly would be willing to take a shot on Cam Scatterby on this roster as well. That way you have a guy every week that you feel more comfortable starting than Charbonnet. The next thing you can do is take Pacheco and take like Caleb Johnson and up tier there, because Pacheco's kind of in the same range. And so like Pacheco right now, running back 34, and he's right there with Charbonnet. And so if you up tier, if you grab one of those guys in up tier, you should be able to get to like, again, a Monty, Jordan Mason, even maybe a JCM or DeAndre Swift. Like those are the types of guys I'm targeting here as your running back 2 behind Chuba Hubbard, who I'm going to hold on this team, by the way. The third option that I'm going to give you for a trade here, and this is, you know, a little bit more of a break glass. I love your wide receivers, man. It's a full point PPR, especially. Like I'm very high on your wide receiver room here. But the third option I'm going to give you here is down tiering from one of your wide receivers. I normally don't recommend a down tier, but in a 14-team league, there's lots of depth issues here. If you're going to down tier from a wide receiver here, I'm probably going to do it from Nico Collins. And so what we can do is down tier from Nico to like Rome Odunze and get a running back on top. And so there's a pretty significant value gap between Nico and Rome Odunze. Nico right now in everybody's rankings, expert consensus 16. Rome Odunze and expert consensus 37. So you could get a solid running back in that deal, like a Travis Etienne back. So let's just go ahead and let's look at some of these guys and give you some examples here real quick of some moves you can make, just so you have an idea. I'm trying to find the guy with Rome. I really can't find the guy with Rome. There we go. Like Pollard, if you can get Pollard back on top of Rome, I'm good with that. Get down to JMO and get, I don't know. That's not a good one, actually. I don't like Pickens. I don't like, you can download down to T-Mac and get like try to get a Josh Jacobs or Jalen Warren back. Obviously, big difference between the two, but you're probably looking at Warren, and I don't love that. So that would be your third option there, is just a down tier from one of your wide receivers. But again, I love that top heaviness of this team in a start 7-14 team, and you've got Tyler Warren on this team as well in a full point PPR. Like, I feel pretty good about this. And so overall, you've got a solid team here. Again, you can either down tier or you can package your running backs. I would try to work on packaging your running backs and going and getting higher here. So we will send your completed whiteboard over to you within a day, man. But if you have any other questions, let us know. We appreciate you a ton. So let's answer some start, sit, and trade questions here real quick, and then we'll continue with our team reviews. Again, you can get your team featured. You can get your question answered right there. Link, everything is taken care of for you. We can get you featured on the stream. And so, Bitter Hornet, another trade question here. Chase Brown, Ricky Pearsall, you're basically moving. I mean, this is not even close, man. Not even close. You got to do this trade. Got to do it. Jared's got a trade questions. Dynasty. He's trading Daniel Jones in a second for Quinshawn. I mean, this is not even close either, Jared. You've got to do this one, man. These are smash deals. Got to take that, Jared. Blue's got a redraft 12-team 1 QB trade question for us. Ooh, you're going from Drake London and Chase Brown. It's a start 7. I don't mind this. Let's look at the rest of your team. It's honestly going to be team dependent. Ugh, it sucks that you don't have any other running backs. But that might be a problem for another day. Because you'd have CD and Puka, which is broken, and Rice when he comes back, you'd probably win this league. Are you 2-0? If you're 2-0, you're probably going to freaking win this one, Blue. I mean, I'm fine with it. Again, like, you get Harvey back, and Harvey doesn't help you a whole lot. Is there any way we can get somebody that we can start now back? Because that really leaves you tough. He's only got Walker outside of that, so I don't really think we can do that. I'm fine with it from a value standpoint, but just know you're going to have to go shore up your running back room because you're going to be starting every week Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt and Amarian Hampton, which they're both iffy starts right now. But I'm fine with it. I'm good. It's fair deal. If you want to make this deal, I'm good with it, Blue. So. All right. DHGX Monster X. Start sit question here. We're basically looking at your wide receiver room here. This is T-Mac, Marv, Ebuka. I'd go T-Mac here, and at your flex spot here, you've got Jordan Mason. I'm starting Jordan Mason this week. It's between Jordan Mason, Marv, and Ebuka. Looking at the week 3 ranks. Jordan Mason we have as the running back. I know he's higher. 21. Marv we have as the wide receiver. 24. Ibuka we have as the wide receiver. Where is Ibuka? 14. Theoretically, that should be Ibuka that you should be starting. I just like starting running backs. We'll go Ibuka. We'll go Ibuka. Full point PPR. I'm fine with it. So. Boom. All right. Yep. Keep submitting your trade questions. We'll keep going through them. Start set questions and also your teams. I can submit a team review. I can take a look at your team, tell you what you need to get it short up. So. All right. And how many of these are Dynasty is my question. That's redraft. That's redraft. Dynasty. 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 Yeah, and yours is redraft. So I'm going to mark that one as complete. So we'll look at this one for you. So, all right. This is redraft. This is redraft. This is redraft. Okay. Let's go to Lando's here. Drafted Chase Brown in the second here. League made offer from AJ Brown on Pollard for him. Couldn't pass it up. I'm fine with that. Just wondering what moves I can make to improve. Yeah, appreciate you, man. Again, we'll get you the whiteboard, of course, but I'm going to have to take a look at your team on the back end here because I can't open that screenshot yet. So, beauty. All right. Just looking at some moves to improve here. You know, you've got Chase Brown. I think you said that you traded Chase Brown away, right? So you have AJ Brown now. So AJ Brown, T. Higgins, Terry McLaurin's much better. Okay, yeah. So just looking at what we need to do, I don't think you have the luxury of upgrading. I would honestly try to get like a waiver wire tight end to stream instead of Hawkinson. That's kind of the first thing I would do. I'm fine with AJ Brown, but then that puts you at Gibbs, Tyron Tracy. I would pivot from Tyron Tracy while you still can. And so that's the next move I would make. Like Tracy rests this season. Let's just go ahead and look at who we can pivot to here. Yeah, realistically, if you can pivot to Scadboo, I would do it. Jalen Warren, I'd probably do it at this point. And then Judkins, Ramondre, David Montgomery, if you can do any of those, I would do it. So I would do that. I would go ahead and offload, like, you've got Worthy down here, which is great when he comes back. I would package Juwan Jennings and Marvin Mims or Juwan Jennings and Dylan Sampson and go get a higher upside flex option. And so, like, looking at Juwan Jennings in our overall rankings, he's down here quite a bit. But you can still package him and go up to a guy we feel much better about. I passed him. Yeah, so, like, even going from Jennings to J.K. Dobbins is incredible to me. That's sort of my average here, just to kind of get a better... Yeah, I mean, if you can pivot from... Honestly, pivot from Jennings to J.K. Dobbins. Or pivot from Jennings to Jordan Mason. Or David Montgomery. Pivot from Jennings to a running back and start a running back in your flex spot. Right now, you're starting Tracy. Like, that's going to be an easy way to do this. That's going to be an easy way to upgrade there. I like T. I like Terry. I don't like both of them on the same team because there's a lot of risk. So I'm just going to pivot. Let's pivot from T. Higgins here. And let's go to... Let's go to either Zay, Mike Evans. If you can get Mike Evans, it's a slam dunk. Mike Evans, Zay, Cortland Sutton. I'm fine with J-Mo as well. So those are the targets I'd give you there. So then what you're looking at there after you do that, because you've got Gibbs, but you're going to flip Tracy for another running back. You're going to flip Juwan Jennings for a running back, and so you'll be set at running backs. You'll have AJ Brown. You'll flip T. Higgins for maybe like a J-Mo, and you'll have Terry, and you'll have you'll be able to absorb that risk that comes with Terry. And so I'd be fine with that at that point. And so that's what I would be looking to do on this team. Again, there's just a lot of risk here with Hawkinson, Tracy, Jennings. Worthy's already injured. McLaurin hasn't done anything yet. T. Higgins just had Joe Burrow get hurt. So I'm just looking to get a little bit safer of a team here. And so that's honestly what I would do. At the same time, if you can upgrade tight end, that's another note I would have for if you can upgrade your tight end spot, I would definitely do it. So maybe we try to do that here pretty soon. But Appreciate you, man. Again, we're going to have all that detailed for you on the whiteboard, so you'll get the full, complete review with everything that I talked about, plus some more stuff, Lando. And so if you have any questions on that, of course, you know where to find us on Discord, man. We appreciate you, dude. And again, any of you guys who submit team reviews, do remember that you are going to get one of these. Be sure to look for it. This is the whiteboard. This is what the review is for us. We do the live analysis now, but we put all of it into action on the whiteboard, and you get this sent to you as well. And so, best review product in the market. If you're interested in getting one, I'm doing them right now. Appreciate you guys. So, yeah, innovation from earlier. The 1-3 people have Henderson, Henry, Swift, and Walker. Any of those a target. Trying to remember your team. Yeah. I mean, Henry definitely, and Swift, I would say. Those are the two guys out of that group I would target. So, Dylan wants to pump the brakes a little bit on Ibuka. Top 14. He has like 7 catches in the year with 3 touchdowns. I agree with you. I have him. I'm surprised. So, like, rest of the season, I have him ranked at wide receiver 22. The reason this week that he's at wide receiver 14 is because he has a good matchup against the Jets, where you're going to have Sauce on Mike Evans, but Ibuka's going to be freed up. And so that's the reason he's that high. But rest of the season, I did not have him that high. And I agree, people are over. I think people are kind of jumping the gun on it a little bit. So. When you're doing my team review, just know that locked in Tony and my uncle, and he won't. Oh, he's your uncle, and he won't trade at all the rest of the season. That's good to know. That's really good to know, actually, because I don't want to give you any targets on that team. So, again, team review link and also the trade question and start sit question links right here, y'all, and you guys can drop any questions that you need me to answer tonight. Like Buka was DMP with an injury. Godwin and McMillan. Godwin's coming back this week. Yeah, I don't expect him to be good. By, you know, very good to start. But I don't think he's supposed to come back this week, right? Oh, man. I got to stretch. Sorry. This chair gets... this chair gets tiring after a little bit. Oof. I will say, I do miss for long live streams sitting a little bit lower to the floor at the old studio, so... All right, Mill's got a trade question here for us. Redraft. I want this value so bad, I don't think I can. Yeah, let's look at your team here. Yeah, you kind of have a spoil of riches. I don't think you can either, Mill. I think you just hold. It's a fair deal, honestly, and like at that point, you really just need to do what's best for your team, and you would be really hurting at running back, and you already have great receivers, and so I just wouldn't. Jalen Warren and Jake Ferguson here. You'd be moving for Breece Hall. Redraft? How? Yeah, if you can do this, this is not even close. But you want an upgrade at wide receiver as well. How would you even do this? Oh my gosh. Yeah, so what I would do at wide receiver here is I would package Addison and Ibuka, and I would, take advantage of the Ibuka hype and get up to this, next tier of guys. So take Addison, take Ibuka, and trade into like try to get Devontae Adams, Ted McMillan, Cortland Sutton, but if you can get Damar, Roma Dunes, or Lad, like, you're freaking golden. That would be my suggestion for you here, Soggy. So appreciate you. Can you lower the disc? Maybe you need to raise it and stand. I could raise it and stand. You are very correct about that. I've not done that yet. Yeah, the setup's sweet though. It's great. The new studio is sick. I could raise it. I could lower it as well. But the problem is the reason I can't really do that right now is because I have to move the camera as I did it. And my camera is on a tripod 7 feet in front of me. So that's the unfortunate part. So all right. All right, Silver Comet. He's 0-2. Feel like I need to make a move. Do I ride it on another week or two? I'm with you, so I can kind of give you what I'm doing if you've got a similar team to me. Do I start making trades? Open to anything. Love the content. Appreciate you, Silver Comet. Thank you for getting a review, man. Again, you'll get the whiteboard here sent to you tomorrow, but let's look at your team now. Crashy Rice. And let's start by just grading out this team. It's a 12-team redraft team. It's a start 8. Give you a 2 or 3 at quarterback with Fields and Williams. You have this is literally my team, dude. This is literally my team. You have Chase and Kyron and Hampton. And so I'm just going to tell you what I'm doing on this team, and I'll give you some trade options that I've been looking at. You're in better shape than I am, though. Your team's way better than mine. I have a better tight end quarterback, but your wide receiver running back depth is superior by a long shot. Let's go. At running back, I mean, you have Jordan Mason, which is really nice. I'm going to give you a 5 or 6 there. Jamar Chase, T-Mac, Rashee Rice, George Pickens, Jalen Waddle. I think it's really strong. I think it's a 7 or an 8, and then Zach Ertz is probably a 2. And so, again, your team is better than mine, but we have the same core. And so, in my opinion, I like writing it out. I'm not going to trade Kyron or Hampton or Chase. What we can do here in a Star 8 League is package. It's tough because you kind of need both of these guys right now, but like Pickens and Boutte or Waddle and Boutte and try to up tier there. So, for example, Waddle and Pickens are both in this tier. If you can get up to this tier here and get one of these guys in the D's tier, like J-Mo, Jacoby Myers might be achievable. Chris Olave is a good trade target right now, so I would definitely try that. So that's one suggestion for you. I am going to say, if you can, I'd pick up Goddard off of waivers and stream him sometimes. I've got him ranked higher rest of the season than Ertz. So pick up Goddard off of waivers. Let's take Jordan Mason and Zach Charbonnet and let's up tier. So let's do another up tier here. Jordan Mason rest of season right now. I want to look at everybody else's rankings here just to kind of see what the market value, what everybody thinks about him. You can definitely get up to like James Conner. Javonte Williams would be a slam freaking dunk if you can do that. So Javonte, ETN, Chuba, those are my 3 targets for that one. Obviously aim high, but then if you have to work your way down, you have to decide if it's worth it for you. I'm not at that point. Don't take a value loss there. And then finally, if you can package your QBs together or package a QB plus like a depth piece and go get a better guy, I would definitely be cool with that. Or get QB and Fab and go get a better QB. I would definitely be okay with that. And so I like adding Goddard from waivers, though. It's kind of where I'm at with that one. But overall with this team, I mean, it is a start 8 league. You do have to maintain some depth. But if you have 3 startable running backs, you have Chase, T-Mac, Pickens, and then a 4th guy. And that puts you at 7. Yeah, I mean, you only really need 5 guys there, so you're going to be fine. You'll have plenty of, and you've got some viable guys on waivers you can pick up. Kareem Hunt, Tyjae Spears will be back eventually, and he might be flexible. So you kind of add those guys to your roster as you up tier as well. In terms of like where you're at, you're 0-2, and I know why, because you are my team. We are in the same boat right now. So I would stick with it with your guys like Kyron, Lamar, and Hampton to make moves in your other lower guys. So again, Silver Comet, appreciate you, man. If you have any questions, follow-up questions, feel free to jump in the streams. Feel free to go in the Discord, and we'll send over the completed whiteboard. It's going to have all of this for you, your full team breakdown. You'll be able to reference that as well. So we appreciate you, Silver Comet. All right, I got the link if you want to get your questions answered, get your team reviewed, get start, sit, trade question. We've got all that down there. Appreciate you guys being in the comments tonight. ETN or Pollard, go ETN there. So, all right. Faded Legend. Appreciate you, man. We're going to take a look at this team. Just made a big trade. Barkley, Hampton, Wilson for ETN, Walker, Odunze, Pickens. Hampton's killing me. I feel like I can't start him or Henderson. What do I do? A QB tight end. Any other moves I can make? Appreciate you, man. Let's pull this up in the back end. All right. So looking at your team here, I think you said you traded away Hampton, right? Did you, Faded Legend, did you get... I'm assuming with your roster it says you have Hampton and Barkley. So I'm assuming you got Hampton and Barkley. You won the trade. It looks like you got him. So the link is right here, my friend, right above you. Okay, so I like your running back room. Are you 0-2 here? What's your record? Did you mention it? Can't start him or Henderson. Yeah, so that's probably I mean, realistically, I think we're going to have to make a move to get a better running back 2 or 3 here. But what we can do is take Charbonnet and Henderson and just up tier here altogether. And so let's package Charbonnet. Let's package Henderson. You're going to get a decent running back here, and you can start him over Hampton for the time being. Like Brees, you can go get Kamara. If you can get Brees or Kamara, maybe you can go buy low on Genty, if depending on how your league values him. Those guys are going to feel better about starting over Martin Hampton right now in the short term. And so that'll fix your problem there. At wide receiver, you've got Ibuka, you've got Garrett Wilson, you've got Ricky Pearsall, you've got Calvin Ridley. On your bench, you don't have a ton of startable guys at wide receiver, so I don't feel like we can make an up tier here. Might make a pivot, though. Let's pivot from Calvin Ridley here and just get to a guy I feel has a little bit more upside the rest of the season. And so looking at the guys in that range, it's like you have to, like Jacoby Myers, if you can pivot from Calvin Ridley to Jacoby Myers, I'm doing that all day. Chris Olave, if you can do that, I do that all day as well. So those are some really good options for you. I don't love any of the other options in this range. So honestly, try that. Those would be my 2 suggestions for you there at wide receiver. You could also try like trading away Harold Fannin. I don't really feel like, I feel like we can capitalize on the Fannin hype here, and let's like trade Fannin for another position altogether. And so like, let's look at where Fannin is in the rest of the season rankings here for the experts. Like, I feel like if you're moving Fannin and you're getting some of the guys in this range, like some of the running backs in this range, like even a Troy Franklin, I would be comfortable moving him for. Tyler Algier is not a bad one here, but if we look higher than that with Fannin to a team that needs a tight end, the problem is going to be Rashid Shaheed's a good one. Cedric Tillman's a good one. The problem is going to be finding a team that needs tight end, but if you can do it, I think that's where I would lean as well. Because you've got enough tight ends in this roster, you can't start anyways, and so that's kind of where I'm at there. I will also give you another suggestion with Ibuka here. With Ibuka, I just do think you can get a guy. You can, if you sold high on Ibuka and bought low on Garrett Wilson, if you bought, it's not a buy low, but Rome Odunze I would take. Try to get AJ Brown or BTJ. Like, if you can try to move Ibuka for one of those guys, I would do it. So appreciate you, Wes. Yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. YN Sports, how do I send to you? Just follow the link here. If you go here to the bit.ly, there's a link to submit your team. It takes you right here. Boom. So if you're a season pass holder, if you upgrade to the annual Mother Flocker tier, you can actually get that for free. But there's the link. You can just link your team and you can send it in to me. So, but Faded Legend, I think that's the direction I'm going to go with this team. If you have any other questions, let us know. But you're going to get the full whiteboard with all those moves outlined for you. So you've got all of that. You've got a solid team, man. Again, stick with it with Hampton. If you get some guys to start over in the meantime, I think you're going to feel more comfortable altogether there. So really appreciate you. And let me know if you have any other follow-up questions after that. All right. Jason Fowler, 228. Appreciate you, man. D1 Johnson Stroker. That is quite the name. Fourth here, 1QB, 10 team, start 9 PPR league. Let's take a look here at your team. So we've got you at fourth in the power rankings here. In a 10 team, you got Lamar. That's a 10 out of 10. Kyron, Kenneth Walker, Zach Charbonnet. Yeah, I got to give that like a 4 probably. Puka, Amon-Ra, Odunze, Olave, I'd give that an 8 or a 9. Tucker Kraft is a 6 or 7 for me. It's a very solid team with great wide receivers. You have good onesie positions as well. The main thing we're going to be looking at with this team is how to get your wide receiver room in a good spot. And I really think in a start 9 league, this is very interesting because it's a 10 team, but it's a start 9. So Lamar, Kraft, and then 7 guys here. So Kyron, Kenneth Walker, Puka, Amon-Ra, Odunze, Olave, and then one more guy of Charbonnet. And you don't want to start Charbonnet. We're going to pivot off of Charbonnet altogether, I think. And then Quentin Johnson, maybe Jaden Higgins. So I don't feel like we can afford to up tier here because it is such a deep league. Your roster is super good, my friend. Let's move off of these Seahawks running backs. I'm going to give you 2 moves here, actually. I think I'm going to move off of both of them. I don't want to guess. And I'm fine pivoting off of both these guys. You can move Kenneth Walker for ETN, Breece Hall, Chuba Hubbard, Alvin Kamara. Kamara obviously worked down my rankings here. But definitely comfortable doing that. Even Javonte Williams, if you can move him there, I'm fine doing that as well. Kind of the same thing with Charbonnet here. If you can get Dobbins, I'm doing it. If you can get Jordan Mason, I'm doing it. Montgomery, I'm doing that as well. I would be tempted with Cam Scatterboot. And so, honestly, 2 of your moves here are going to be pivots from those guys. The problem with the Seahawks backfield is you're making a decision on which one to start and if they're startable. I do not want the Seahawks backfield in fantasy football. Yes, Kenneth Walker can be great, but I don't want Kenneth Walker the weeks where he doesn't score anything because Charbonnet is getting all the carries. That will give you 3 solid running backs there. And then we are going to make an up tier here. We're going to take RJ Harvey and Bashal Tootin and sell them to somebody who may be Dynasty build. I mean, you take Harvey and Tootin, you should be able to get up to like Swifty or Quinshawn or JCM. I mean, one of those guys would be fantastic. You can get all the way up to Connor, then slam dunk. But like, honestly, that's kind of what I would do. That we're just revamping. I like keeping Kyron, but then we're revamping Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet, flip those for different guys, 2 individual low-end starters on their team, and then we're going to get a 4th guy who's going to look really good here. And I'm going to do the same thing at wide receiver. I'm going to take QJ and Matthew Golden, and I'm going to make another up tier here as well. And so, like, with QJ and Golden, I mean, you don't have to go far to get to Pittman, Ridley, Coleman, Worthy, Myers. That's the type of guys I'm going to try to target with that up tier. So, yeah, best ball ab backfield. That's where I'm at, too. That's 100% accurate, so. My comments on your team are this, man. Like, once you up tier, first of all, work your waivers and just get like Najee Harris on your, you use your waivers. You got some waivers in this league, but overall, this team's really good. We're just going to revamp the running back room here. I love your top 4 wide receivers. I'm good holding them rest of the season, and I love your onesie positions. Overall, I think this team is in a very good spot. 2-0. Points for you at 362 so far. By far, it's the most in your league. And you have 265 points against. My man, you are on a path to a championship. We're going to make that running back room better, and you're going to win this league. Appreciate you, Jason. If you have any questions, reach out to us afterwards. We got you. A couple trade questions I want to answer here real quick. Caleb in a second here for Brees. Yeah, that's not even close. I'm taking Brees in Dynasty. No question. Oh, yeah. Got to refresh this page real quick. Drop a like on the stream if you guys would. Appreciate you guys jumping in. Again, if you have any start, sit, trade questions, team reviews, anything like that, you can get them submitted right here. JN's got a start, sit question for us. 2 flex league. Need 2 wide receiver, 1 flex. You're going to go Devonta Smith and DJ Moore here. And then in your flex, it's Achane. It's not even freaking close. Yeah. This is how I like it this week. I like Smith and Moore here, I think, for this week. Don't want to start the Chiefs wide receivers. I would diversify a little bit there from the Chiefs wide receivers if you can. So, all right, appreciate you. All right, real quick. Yeah, Brees Hall and Dynasty is not close for me. Maximum Effort's got a Dynasty trade question. So 1 QB 12 team. Nico and Chase Brown for McCaffrey and Pittman. And I don't think you should do this at all. Maximum Effort. I would definitely hold here. I'm not making this deal. It's a contending move, but it's a value loss for you. And so I would hold Nico in this deal as well. Kobe, Tootin for a second and a third. This is fine if you want to do it. I mean, that's about what Tootin's worth. If you don't like Tootin, you want the second, fine. I'd try to get a 26 second instead of a 27 second if I were you, though. So. All right. In the queue for the team reviews. Hopefully you guys are all still here. Appreciate you guys being patient with me. We had a little bit of a backlog, but we're getting to where we don't have a queue now. So if you'd like to get your review, you're going to get it here pretty soon. We've got Bitter Hornet. I've got 2 teams for you, Bitter Hornet. This is Dynasty. These are all 3 Dynasty, I think. And then it's Paul. So. And Paul, I think I've seen you still here. So you're gonna be yep, we got 3 more till you, my friend. Sorry, 2 more until you. You are third in line. All right, Bitter Hornet. Appreciate you, man. I'm going to do both of these teams right now. Again, we'll send you the whiteboard tomorrow. Reminder for you guys, any of you guys who get a team review are going to get a whiteboard with it as well. Getting this full team review for you with everything we talk about on here. So there's Paul. Yep, almost there. Appreciate you, Kobe. Yeah, if you have any other questions, let me know. All right. Rocking and rolling here. All right, 0-2. I'm getting ready to do some big trades. AJ Brown for Ibuka, Higgins for Kamara, JCM for Mason. Any other suggestion to improve the team before I go deeper into the season? I'm fine with the JCM trade. I love the Higgins trade. I don't love the AJ Brown trade. I'd rather have AJ Brown Unless you're getting A.J. Brown. Let's take it. I can see Daniels waving goodbye. Here we go. Yeah. So, okay. So you would get A.J. Brown. I like that. You would get Jordan Mason. I like that. Higgins for Kamara. I'm just going to grade your team as it is. So 12 teams start 7 here. A little bit more of a shallow league. Jaden Daniels here is going to be like an 8 in this format. We're going to have Christian McCaffrey and JCM, Aaron Jones, Bayshul, Tootin as like a 4 or a 5. London, Sutton, Higgins, Ibuka, Pearsall, really good there, 7 or an 8. And then Tyler Warren is also an 8. And so very solid team here. You're looking very good. You're 0-2 though is the problem. And really the reason you're 0-2 is because Sutton has had a bad week. London's had a slower start. Ibuka's been great. You don't have a running back 2 here. So your points for is 220. Interestingly enough, that's low for this league. I would definitely go buy low on A.J. Brown or Brian Thomas. So if you can use Ibuka to do that, I'm cool with it. In fact, we're going to use Ibuka plus another piece to get to one of those guys, and I feel very good about that. That will really help your team. You know, I'm going to take JCM. I'm fine moving JCM for Mason. The other thing you could do is take JCM and Tootin in an up tier. So, like, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, if you can even get up to freaking Javonte. Man, Javonte, Etienne, Hubbard, like, that's a slam dunk move for you. Appreciate you, YM Sports. Yep, submit it. I'll review it on the stream live. We'll definitely wait for you. We've got a couple, but you'd be up here very soon. So, if you have any questions about submitting, let me know. So, I like the running back up tier. I like the Ibuka up tier. It sucks giving people Ibuka as a sell, but like realistically, I think he's just a little bit overvalued, and I think the guys you can get for him right now are definitely worth just moving off of him for. I would add Tyron Tracy, Darnell Mooney from your waivers once you do the 2 up tiers. If you can pivot from Jaden Daniels to Hurts, I would try that. Outside of that, the only other move that I want to do here is pivot from T. Higgins. And so with T, if you can get J-Mo, if you can get Sutton, Flowers, Mike Evans, Roma Dunze up to that, like anybody in that range, there's a couple guys I like there. And I would say the main targets here, working my way from highest to lowest. Rome, Garrett Wilson, Mike Evans. If you can get Mike Evans, it's a slam dunk deal. And then I would say like Jameson Williams is a down tier, and then like anybody else below that, you'd have to get more on top there. It says it's not working. What's it saying? YM Sports, I can help you. So, who'd you pivot off of Hurts for? Oh, sorry, that's not for this review. But I wouldn't really pivot off of Hurts probably, depending on what your team looks like. So, but for this team, you know, kind of my thoughts here. It's a start 7 right now. You're starting Daniels and Warren. You have great onesie positions, which that's awesome. But then you're starting 5 other guys. So McCaffrey, JCM, London, Sutton, Higgins. You can afford to do a wide receiver up tier, so I would do that. You can afford to get a better running back too, so I would do that as well. Pivot off of JCM, pivot off of Higgins, up tier from Ibuka, and sell high, buy low on somebody else. Then maybe you could even consider another up tier. But those are the moves that I would make for this team to try to turn it around. It's an 0-2 team. I honestly think the rest of your team projects fairly well the rest of the season. So it says league ID must only contain numbers. Yeah, what's your what platform are you playing on here? Are you playing on Sleeper? If so, I can tell you how to find it. I am pasting link. What should I be putting in there? It's just the number. Are you on Sleeper? I can show you exactly where to find it. David can help you too. David, you got it. It's just the number in the URL, like the 10-digit or 12-digit number. So Bitter Hornet, that's your first one, man. Appreciate you. I honestly think your team projects fine, but we can make a couple moves there to kind of shore up, you know, some of your lower end wide receiver, running back / flex options. And so that's what we're gonna do with this team, and I'll feel just fine about that. All right, couple start, sit, and trade questions here. Again, still answering those. Oh, so it's an ESPN league. Okay. Yeah. That one is tough. You have to install the plugin on your Chrome to get it linked. And so When you go to the site, and you want to do a new league, ESPN. So click on this article here to find your ESPN league ID. It basically tells you how to find your league ID here. Okay, so you basically go through this process. Your league ID is going to be like in your settings. So you're just going to copy it from there. So use that article to find your league ID. Also make sure you have the Chrome extension right here as well, and that should get it done for you. Oh, he says he figured it out. Sweet. Awesome. Good deal. Okay, so Swifty for sure over Hampton this week, if he plays, obviously. I want to make sure. I should have Swifty ranked quite a bit higher. I guess I have Hampton ranked higher. No, I don't. I have Swift ranked higher. We're good. Yeah, Swifty. Wide receiver. I think you have to go Debo. Debo, Higgins, or J-Mo. J-Mo's in a good matchup. Debo's the highest for us. So I think you go Debo here. And then your flex spot here, I would go J-Mo. Start J-Mo this week. So hopefully that helps, poor dog. Appreciate you a ton. M3 start at tight end was offered Pollard for Pittman. You'd be trading Pittman? Yeah, I would take Pollard there. I would take Pollard. Tight end here. Fannin, Andrews, and Pitts. I think I have Pitts ranked the highest. I do. It's Pitts. Kyle Pitts making a comeback. And then your flex spot here, you've got Olave here, and he's the obvious start, in my opinion, with the PPR league, and he's getting so many targets. So that's how I do it. All right. Let's keep it moving. We got another Bitter Hornet review, and then we're going to do Paul's review. And anybody else who submits, we'll get Zoom Boy. We'll get to your trade question here just in a second. This Bitter Hornet team is 2-0 going into week 3. Any suggested improvements through trades or just stay put and wait for Rice and Spears to come back? All right. Bijan Admission. Here we go. 2-0. Points for 247. Glancing through your league here, that looks like it's tied with 2 other guys who have 247, which is insane for second. So that's quite crazy that there are that many people with that many close points. Let's grade, though. It's a 12-team league. It is a 1 QB. It is a start 7, and it's a PPR league. So you've got Jaden Daniels, again, 7 or an 8, probably an 8. Bijan Robinson, Chase Brown, Cam Scattaboo. You got Bijan, so that bumps you up to 6. T-Mac, J-Mo, Rashee Rice, Ricky Pierce. So a little bit uglier here. This is a 4 probably, and then Juwan Johnson is going to be like a 3 or 4 as well. Maybe a 2 or 3. But you are 2-0, and you are doing well. Honestly, it seems like your other team I like better than this, but Bijan is really going to carry for you here. This is another start 7 league, and so let's give you another couple moves to make here. What's your username, YM Sports? I'll make sure we got it submitted. I don't see another team review that came in, so. Or did you submit a trade question? Yeah, let me know. Okay. So a couple moves here. Just looking at your waiver options first. Not anything crazy. Let's take, yeah, you really need Rice back, but you're 2-0, and so that's great, man. Let's take Troy Franklin and Ricky Pierce on up tier. So stickily, Rickly, we can get up to, like, you've already got J-Mo, obviously, but like Jacoby Myers, Terry McLaurin, Deebo Samuel, like that type of range is where we want to get with that up tier. So I'm going to take Ricky, and I'm going to up tier with my first move. My second move here is let's look at who's value equivalent to Scattaboo right now in fantasy football. I don't love any of those guys, honestly, so I'd rather hold Scattaboo while his value goes up. I think he's going to be more valuable. Let's pivot from... Sorry, I was on weekly rankings. I need to give you that trade target in for Ricky. I'm going to do that real quick. But kind of the same range there, honestly. Like, Debo, Terry, DK, those kinds of guys. So, in terms of your other move here, I don't really want to move Scattaboo. I'm looking where I want to see where Jaden Daniels in the overall rankings is. Yeah, I would pivot from Daniels to Hurts. I would pivot. Jaden Daniels, I think his rushing upside is going to be limited with that MCL sprain. So I think Hurts is just as good with that tush push not being done. So yeah, YM Sports. I don't see it in here. Mike, I'm wondering if there's a difference between, did you link it on the My Teams page? That's one thing. But to submit for the review, you have to go through this process here, do team review, and go through this process to submit it. So did you go through the process, or did you just link it on the My Teams? The My Teams is free. To get the review, you have to make sure you select us here. And so let me know, but I don't have it in here yet, so... I do have Opticlones in here, so got yours. Appreciate you, man. And then, so the Ricky up tier will go for the Jaden Daniels pivot. And I would see maybe if you can move Juwan Johnson and Harold Fannin for a better tight end here as well. And so, or just move Juwan Johnson plus or Harold Fannin plus would be even better. Even getting to like, yeah, because these are the tight end 13 and 14. If you get to like freaking Fergie, Kelsey, Njoku, I would be probably more comfortable with that. So let's try that as well. In terms of your waiver situation, you could go ahead and pick up the running backs here. Tank Bigsby as the handcuff to Saquon would be pretty valuable if you do have an up tier and you have an open roster spot. I would drop Mac. You don't need Mac Jones in this league for sure. So Yannick says, greetings from Germany. What's up, Yannick? None of my normal payments methods work on the Flock site, so I try something new for me. Hope it works. I can join the annual Mother Flocker soon. Yeah, if you can't for some reason, let me know, Yannick, and we can like do like a backdoor workaround for you, and I can give you like free. I can give you access to the site for a year. So, yeah, YM Sports. No worries, man. That's all good. So yeah, Bitter Hornet, if you have, that's your second team, again, you're off to 2-0 start, man. We're going to send both of those whiteboards over to you tomorrow. If you have any questions at all, let us know, but do appreciate you a lot. All right. And then the next one here is Paul. Paul, appreciate you, man. Thanks for waiting. Thanks for getting a team review, man. We really appreciate you. And also the extra donation, that really helps us out. So we really appreciate your support, man. I'm going to give you some trade options here. If you have any questions while you're in the chat here, yeah, again, Yannick, if anything you need, like message me on Discord, we will absolutely take care of you. We'll get you taken care of, man. But yeah, Paul, if you have any questions while I'm doing this, just drop them in the chat. I'll keep an eye on the chat and we'll look at it. So you're dying on this hill. Dying on this Tyreek Hill, it looks like. It's a 12 team. It is a start 7. Start by grading out your positions here. You've got Bo Nix. Bo Nix is like, at this point, a 3 or a 4. Alvin Kamara, Quinshon Judkins, Aaron Jones is like a 3 or 4 as well. Maybe a 4 or 5. Neighbors, Amon-Ra. This is your strength here. Neighbors, Amon-Ra, and Tyreek is a great core here with Josh Johnson. Tillman to back it up. I'm going to give a 7 or an 8. And then Juwan Johnson. And Evan Ingram's like a 2 or a 3 here. Yeah, again, yeah, if you do the team review, the annual Mother Flocker tree comes with a free one. So that is, the guys are on it. Looking to upgrade. I feel that there's something to trade for. I don't know what to do. Yeah, we got you, man. We got you. Yeah, again, yeah, just send me a DM and I can work a million different ways to get you taken care of, like in an unorthodox way. So. Okay, so yeah, upgrades, because you've got Kamara. Your running back 2 is a little weak here. You've got Jordan Mason, though, which is going to cover you for now. It's a start 7, so really your onesie positions are a little tough. You're currently 1-1. Your points for look like they're about middle of the road here. You won your last game. So you're starting 5 of these guys every week. Neighbors, Amon-Ra, Tyreek, Josh Downs, Tillman, Kamara, and Judkins, Jones, and Mason. So honestly, like I think we can upgrade here. Judkins is going to be a built-in upgrade when he comes back anyways, because he's going to continue to go up in value and he's going to be more productive. So you're going to hold Judkins. You're going to hold Kamara. We're going to take Jordan Mason and Bashal Tootin, and let's do that as an upgrade. And so, like, when you're looking at the overall rankings, Mason rest of the season has jumped up everybody's rankings quite a bit. But if you can get to Connor or Javonte Williams here or Chuba or ETN, that's a slam dunk. Worst case scenario, I think you get to Connor. I think that's probably the lowest I would go there. But we're going to try it. We're going to try to do that Jordan Mason up tier, honestly. And then I honestly am comfortable just going ahead and doing a Josh Downs and Tillman up tier as well. Downs and Tillman are about here. We can get to maybe like a Judy, maybe like a, if you can get to Jacoby, that would be amazing. Olave would be amazing. That's honestly what I would try to do is Downs and Tillman are kind of in the same range here. And I think you could package them together and get into this tier of guys. And so I would try that. So like, really just packaging these depth guys together and up tiering. And I would do the same thing at tight end, man. Like, see if you can't package those tight ends together. If you can't, you could consider also like doing Juwan Johnson plus like a depth piece like a Tyjae Spears and going and getting an upgrade at tight end as well. And so maybe we try that. I think you have to kind of ride with Bo Nix. You could pick up Fields, Purdy, or Williams if you want to like have another option to start every week. But those are really the upgrades I would focus on here. Like, because if you're thinking about it, I'm going to hold Malik Neighbors here. I'm going to hold Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm going to hold Tyreek. I don't think there's a point. Like, I guess if you could take Tyreek plus, like, any of the throw-ins, the upgrade you would want to look for there is, like, Mike Evans, Garrett Wilson, Rome Odunze range. And so see how much it costs to do that. But honestly, you're dying on this hill is what you say. So, but again, Quinshon is a built-in upgrade that's coming to your team very soon, and I really like that. It's a start 7, so just kind of keep this in mind. Outside of your quarterback and tight end, you need 5 running backs and wide receivers to start every week. 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a flex, right? Prioritize upside. You already have kind of with Neighbors and Tyreek Hill. But prioritize upside. It is a full point PPR league, so I kind of like your team here. Those are honestly, I think, where I would try to upgrade. So does that make sense? Do you have any questions on that? Again, we're gonna give you the whole rundown on the rest of your team, like as it's built now on your review, your depth score, upside score, floor score. But I do like this team. Like every week you're rolling out Neighbors, Amon-Ra, Tyreek, Kamara. You can try to upgrade the onesies just barely, and again, just up tiering from some of your lower guys. So feeling Mason keep me busy at running backs. 2 until Judkins comes through. Yeah, and so you could hold, or if you upgrade from Jordan Mason, you get a better guy to hold you through, but you're definitely holding Judkins. Like, that's definitely something we're going to do. He's going to continue to climb. So. All right. Any other questions, Paul? Again, if you have any other questions or ideas, drop them in the chat right now. I can answer them for you, but honestly, more than half your team's a hold because you've done a good job building this team. And I honestly think you'll be fine. So, but again, we will send the full whiteboard over to you tomorrow. So you'll have all of this plus some more information that we put on that as well. So you get the full review. Yeah, I think I get something for Mason. I would try it then. I would try it. Yeah, submit it, Donovan. I got you. Sorry, you probably messaged me and I haven't messaged back. I'm way behind, so. All right, Paul. Yeah, should I trade for anything or trade anything for QB? I don't think you can afford to. I think you have to get running back and wide receiver figured out first. I just don't think at this point, like, it's worth going and upgrading at QB. I honestly would hold Bo Nix, and I would try to get your running backs and wide receivers upgraded first, so. All right, if you have any other questions, keep dropping them in the chat, man. But again, we're going to send the whole completed review to you tomorrow. Your team looks good, man. And hopefully that gives you some clarity. Again, focus on wide receiver, focus on running back. Up tier there, upgrade there. Maybe up tier at wide receiver if you can throw in like a little bit with Juwan Johnson, but keep Bo Nix. So if you have follow-up questions, Vice, you can submit them here in the queue, or you can drop them in the Discord as well. So. Anything. Appreciate you. I'll try to answer it if I see it in the chat. Sometimes I miss that stuff. Are there any other wide receivers I should target for QJ and Ridley? Yeah. Travis Hunter's great. That's a big win. But in terms of like looking at that, I mean, Devonta Smith is right there. You can get that done. Debo, I would do. Chris Olave, I'm good with. Jacoby Myers, I'm good with. Terry, I'm good with. Pickens, I'm good with. So all of those guys I'd be good with. But as it sits right now, I'm pretty comfortable with this. Matt. Honestly, I would say if you can get one of those value adjacent guys, I would much prefer them over Hunter. I just want to throw that in there. Javonte in a mid-second for Devontae Adams in a Dynasty League. Start 10. I'm fine. This is probably fair. I will say Javonte is just as good a starting contending asset as Devontae Adams. So, all right, 16-team Guillotine League, and he wants to know about waivers. This is Cole's. Appreciate you, Cole. Go Jonesy. Running back, we will go Brees, of course, Achane. I think your needs at wide receiver here. We're going to go Ibuka. We're going to go DJ Moore. At flex, we'll go Judy, and we'll go Travis Hunter here. At tight end, you have to start 2, so we'll go Harold Fannin, and we'll go Chig Okonkwo. I think really like your waivers are going to be primarily wide receiver here. So if you can get some higher upside wide receiver options, that's what I would focus on. But I appreciate your super chat, man. Said Mason over Judkins, right? I would definitely move Mason before I move Judkins. So, oh yeah, that's your start sit. Yes, Mason over Judkins by far. Yes, I gotcha. I see that now. Thank you. Matt says my trade questions for Dynasty. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I'm fine with it, but oh, I didn't submit this. I'm fine with it, but again, like I think Javonte, you're just as good, well off flexing him, and they're both kind of 1-year rentals, and so that's kind of why I honestly kind of want to hold the second there, but it's fair. I'm fine if you do it. Judy, Hunter. I'm not starting Worthy yet, so that kind of makes that decision for you, Cole. Appreciate you. All right. This is a Dynasty review. We'll do that on the Dynasty stream. Opticlone, we got yours. Finish these start sit questions, straight questions, and we'll get to Opticlone, your review. Opticlone, you here, man? Let me know. Flex spots here. Basically just deciding between all these guys. Yeah, I think you'd go Travis Hunter here for sure. And then your other flex. Man, I think you probably go Calvin Austin there in your next flex. That would be how I have them ranked this week, T. Stefan. So appreciate you. All right, appreciate you, Doc. Yeah, Stefan, if that makes sense, let me know. I think I would start Calvin Austin there in the last flex spot. What's up, Opticlone? Yeah, I got you, Doc. If Justin gets most of the carries, where would we rank him? I mean, he's going to go up to top 20 pretty easily. So he's going to be like in the 18 to 20 range right away. So I've been running Hunter and Golden, but it's been tough. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would go Hunter and Calvin Austin. I'm starting Calvin Austin over Golden for sure this week, so definitely doing that. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. I think Austin's gonna have higher upside than Golden. He's getting more target volume than Golden on his bad weeks too. So all right, Steph likes miners, Miners. Walker and Njoku, you're basically trading up for McBride here. It's basically just trading up for McBride. Let's look at can you afford to trade Walker away? Yeah, you can. I'm good with this. Do it. This is a great trade for you. I like that trade a lot. All right, Mills. Click accept or ask for more. You'd be getting in a redraft league. You'd be getting. No, I'm not doing this. I'm not. I like James Cook by far here. I would not trade James Cook for Bowers. I wouldn't trade for Bowers at all, actually, Mills. I wouldn't. You have Ertz and Fergie. I'd rather stream. I'm not trading for Bowers. Hold. Donnie's got a trade question for us here. 10-team Superflex, start 9. Travion and Quinshawn. You're trading away those guys for Hampton in a first. Or if it's really an early first here, Donnie, I'm good with it. If it's a late first, I probably would want to take Henderson and Judkins there. Nice, Dan. You got in the Discord. Let's go. I have Kamara, Genti, Cook. Trade question submitted. Cook for Bowers. Yeah. I mean, you're flexing Cook, right? Appreciate you, Dano. I want Cook. I want Cook there. I just do. All right. Opticlone up now. Gambit on deck. Appreciate you both so much. All right. Texting my wife. All right, league values, big name players, and or box scores. Perfect. That's good to know. So it's a little bit only here to fill the league, a little bit more of a casual league. Oh my gravy, you have a good team in this league. 12 teams start 8 here for you. Let's start by just grading this out for you here. You got Hurts, of course, that's a 7-8. It's an 8. Bijan, Dobbins, Tootin. I mean, that's a 5 or 6 with Bijan. Puka, AJ Brown, Sutton, Olave, Keenan Allen. That's an 8. Fergie's a 4, I'd say. 3, 4. So, yeah, it's a start 8. It's a 12 team. You did say, again, the league values, big name players, box scores. Oh, man. And I think we can take advantage of that. I don't know, man, because in a start 8, 12 team with your roster, you're going to want to keep your big name players is my thing. And so you could trade Hurts. You could try to, if you want to, you could try to trade Hurts for like down tier from Hurts and get like a crazy running back or wide receiver. But a couple moves we're going to have for you here, Opticlone. So you're starting Bijan, JK, Puka, AJ Brown, Sutton, Olave every single week, and you've got Keenan Allen, Marquise Brown, Troy Franklin on your bench. I'm trying to think who like the big name. Like maybe you can flip Keenan Allen to somebody there. I would honestly maybe try that. He's a bigger name that is not super valuable this year. Nick Chubb, kind of the same thing. Maybe J.K. Dobbins, Joe Mixon. If you can trade Mixon for anything, I would do it. If you can trade Mixon for absolutely anything, I would do it. So I would do that. I'm just going to look like where's Mixon ranked rest of season comparatively. Yeah, if you can get Tillman, if you can get Shaheed, Aaron Jones, Nick Chubb. You already have Nick Chubb. I would do that. I'm just trying to think of the bigger names that are like cheaper in this league that you could maybe potentially move off of. And so, all right. So I'm going to try that. I mean, realistically, without that in mind and just trying to make up like the best moves possible here, I think I'm going to up tier from one of A.J. Brown, Sutton, or Olave. You can't sell A.J. Brown, in my opinion. I like Olave. Maybe we do like Sutton and Keenan Allen and we up tier here. So like Sutton, we can up tier to like Garrett Wilson, Romo Dunze, Tet. I would love that. So we're going to try that as well. Let's take Fergie and Fannin and upgrade at tight end. Or Fergie or Fannin plus. And try to get to like Kraft, Kittle. No, not Kittle, sorry. Kraft, Laporta, or Kelsey. Let's try that. You're probably not going to get Kittle. Okay, you're probably not going to get Kelsey. You're probably not going to get Laporta. I would try for Kraft, honestly. I would try to trade for Kraft in this league. And then again, I would make a running back move here. I would take like Nick Chubb and Bashal Tootin and just up tier if you again can't kind of take advantage of people who are, overvaluing guys like that Keenan Allen, like Nick Chubb that are old but still have big names. Like get up to Scatterboo, and I would love that. Even like a Jordan Mason, like if they're box score watching, you might be able to get to Mason or Swifty here. So those are probably the moves that I would recommend for this team. Again, like something to keep in mind is the start 8. You're going to have to maintain some depth here. I'd be fine moving off of Marquise Brown as well. So really, like I would trade any of Keenan Allen, Marquise Brown, Troy Franklin, Nick Chubb, Joe Mixon, Bashal Tutin. You could down tier from, if you want to, try to down tier and get like a better player on top here. And Jalen Hurts is such a big name. Again, like my down tier targets here would be like Baker, Drake May. Like that's where I would probably go. So you could try that as well. I got verified everything. All right, nice. Appreciate you, Yannick. Yeah, you should submit so that if you submit yours, message me when you do, and we'll do it on the live stream Friday. We'll just do a live one for you since you signed up now while you're on the stream. So how do I show you my team review? Follow the link right here. Again, questions, reviews are right here. Opticlone, does that make sense? I like your team, but you have to hold AJ Brown. You have to hold Puka. You have to hold Bijan. I'm just trying to take advantage of like what you said. Upgrading tight end, getting your running back 2 or 3 slot a little bit better, and then making an up tier at wide receiver are the 3 moves that I really think would make your team better. But like it's hard because your team is already so much better than everybody else. You project so much better than everybody else's. So you honestly you're just killing this league, man. So I appreciate you, dude. Thanks for getting a review. Hopefully that makes sense. And again, we'll have the full whiteboard for you with all your 4-factor scores and everything as well. And you can refer to that for even more information. So we love you, dude. If you have any questions, you know where to find us, my man. I love it when the regs get reviews. Doc, you're up. Steiny's got to start the question real quick. Kyron for sure. At wide receiver. Yeah, gotta go AJ Brown. And then flex spot here, it's Jordan Mason. I'm gonna go Jordan Mason here. Start your running backs. So that's the direction I would go with this one. Yeah, I get it, Optical. And if you want to, if also the other option for your team, if you want to upgrade from Dobbins, you can do that as well. So all right, Doc, I appreciate you, man. I know you are here. I've loved looking at your teams, man. Really appreciate you supporting us. This team is Bijan Purdy. Feel pretty good about my team. Looking to big upgrade moves. So we're just going to give you some big shoot for the stars moves here, I think. Haven't been able to upgrade or to get the Rice owner to trade him. Man, that stinks. You all, as well, are way in front of your league here. It's a 12 team, and you are just way out in front. And you're 2-0. You have 347 points for. It's not even close. So you are looking really to just like, I'm going to lock up the championship right now. Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh my gosh. 1 QB 12 team start 9. It is a deeper league, so we'll have to be careful with up tiers here, but we're still going to be able to do it because your team is ridiculous. We're definitely going to up tier at quarterback because you got Purdy and Lawrence to give that like a 2 or 3. Bijan, Hampton, JCM, we're going to upgrade this as well, do an up tier here. I'll give that a 6, maybe a 7, probably a 6. JSN, Garrett Wilson, Romo Dunze, Buka, Jameis Williams is probably a 7 or an 8 as well. And then Tyler Warren. It's very, very well-rounded here. Warren's also an 8. Very well-rounded team. You're just good everywhere. But realistically, you're right. We can upgrade. First of all, I'm going to take like Trevor and any of the guys. I just want to upgrade at QB. I don't love the guys on waivers as well. And so like Trevor, Purdy, if you can get to even Daniel Jones, Jared Goff, Dak Prescott, I would love. Drake May would be a slam dunk. And so we're going to try that. Just package Trevor Lawrence plus to do that, if that makes sense. Any news on the Warren injury? Toe injuries are scary right now. It's not the Joe Burrow toe injury. I wouldn't be that scared. I don't have any current news based on, further than what we've already heard yet. So I'll let you know if I do hear something. But you can start Juwan Johnson, and he's just fine. You've got a viable backup there. So your tight end spot's perfect. Now, your wide receiver room, we're going to do an up tier here. We're going to do 2 up tiers, one at running back and 1 at wide receiver. The first one is going to be, let's go with Charbonnet and Jordan Mason. Okay? Charbonnet and Mason. Let's get up to... Boop. Let's get up to like James Conner, Javonte Williams would be amazing. Chuba Hubbard, Travis Etienne, those types of guys are who we're going to target. With, again, Charbonnet and Mason, 2 starting guys. And it's 12 teams, so they're going to be valuable. And then we got to up tier at wide receiver. I'm going to take Garrett Wilson and Emeka Ibuka here. I'm going to take both of them, and you should be able to get a freaking baller. You should be able to get A.J. Brown, probably Brian Thomas, maybe Nico, Drake London, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, like those guys. I am shooting as high as I possibly can there. I'm shooting as high as I possibly can. I love your tight end room. Again, an up tier, one simple up tier at wide receiver, but we're going to do a big up tier. We're going to take Wilson plus. I want Ibuka off this team, to be honest with you. I would want to package really Ibuka and Wilson if I can. So try to do that. Try to package Charbonnet and Mason. Try to package Trevor Lawrence plus somebody. Work your waivers a little bit. You got some guys here. Ray Davis you could pick up, and he's a good one. Tank Bigsby's a good pickup right now because he's the handcuff to Saquon. And so that's kind of how I feel about this one, man. Like, I mean, you're already kind of crushing this. You make a couple more moves, you're going to be in freaking good shape. So what questions do you have on that one, Doc? Like, you have any other ideas or questions? Again, I mean, your team's good, man. Once Hampton hits 2, you're going to be in good shape. I would also, I'm going to say this. I would pivot off of JCM. I would pivot off of JCM here, and I would go to, again, most of the guys in this range. Swifty, Connor, Javonte, Chuba. Like, if you can get any of those guys for JCM, like, you got to do it. So, yeah, if you have questions, Doc, drop them in the comments for me here real quick. But, of course, we will send the completed whiteboard over to you here tomorrow. You know the drill with this. So. But want to make sure if you have any questions. Mahomes may be available. Could I shoot for him? Yeah, yes. Try Mahomes. Again, it's all going to depend on how expensive. It's all going to depend on how expensive Mahomes is. So these are all Dynasty reviews. We'll do all these on the Dynasty stream. But I would do it. Just see what you have to throw on top of Lawrence to get to Mahomes. Gridiron, appreciate you. 3 wide receiver, 2 flex PPR. Need running back, would rather trade Evans, but no luck. Yeah, you can't do this. Can't do this. I mean, what I would do here is I would take Charbonnet and somebody else in up tier here. I get it, like, but your wide receiver room is too good. Like, I'd move Travis Hunter for a running back before I did this, man. I'd rather trade Evans. I wouldn't trade Evans either. You just can't. You got to get a better running back than Kyron. I think you're just better off streaming running back, honestly. Because you can start on a weekly basis. You still can plug in and start Breece and Charbonnet or Breece and Pacheco. It just sucks. Pick up Rashad White off waivers too. So not doing this one. Would like to get either trade another wide receiver or do something else there. So pity for Chuba Hubbard straight up. He really wants Pittman. Oh my gosh, this is not even this is Dynasty. It's not even close though. No, I've got Chuba ranked higher. Go Chuba here. D Mills. Especially if you're contending here, it's not no brainer. No brainer here, D Mills. All right. And then trade question from Key and 0314 here. Connor Sutton, you're basically upgrading to Kyron, but I don't like this. I would hold Connor and Sutton here. You would need to, I don't have your team linked, but you would need to get a lot more back. Like when you're looking overall, like Sutton and Kyron aren't that far apart. Connor is too much of a price to pay. It's also a start 7 league. And if you're going to package these two guys together, which I'm totally in favor of you doing that, I definitely want a better player or a higher upside wide receiver running back than Kyron Williams. So shoot a little bit higher there, man. Lad for BTJ, I would probably take BTJ there, to be honest with you. Rest of the season, my rankings. I have BTJ. Boop. I have BTJ and Lad in the same tier, but I have BTJ ranked higher. I would take BTJ. So, all right. Incredible. This is Dynasty Trade here real quick. Projected top 3 pick. I mean, if it's really a top 3 pick, it's a no-brainer. If it really is that bad of a team, you got to do it. Try to find the team you're trading with here. I'm not even worried about Mason. If this is a top 3 pick, you take it. So Mirage says, how do I get in the review? If you'd like to submit right here, the link to get the review, again, you just follow the bit.ly. Takes you here, and if you go down, you can get your fantasy team review just right here. If you're going to, let me know, because I don't have anything else in the queue right now. So if the last call for a review, last call for a trade question, start sit. I haven't eaten dinner, and it's 9:15, and I'm tired because streaming for 3 hours really takes it out of you. So I'll do the last call for tonight. But, actually, you know what? If you want to get a review, Mirage, happy to do it for you. We're going to be live tomorrow as well. I'll be doing them tomorrow. And so if you submit, I'll just do it tomorrow on the stream as well. So I'm gonna jump off and eat. So that was fun, man. That was the busiest stream we've had this year, I think. So thank you guys for hanging out. It was obviously fun. We'll be live tomorrow. I'm going to be live before the game tomorrow. And so you can be here before the game. I'll be answering your start sits, answering your trade questions, things like that. But fun night, and tomorrow is a Buffalo Miami game, so I wish it was a better game, but oh well. At least I don't have to watch any of my fantasy players stuff. So you're gonna do it now, Mirage? If you're gonna do it right now, I can do it. I can hang around for you. Just in a trade question, I got you. I won't. I don't want to leave you hanging. There's not going to be a good time for me to stop. I know that. All right, 2 trade questions here. Kenneth Walker, this is redraft. Kenneth Walker and Devontae for Bucky. I'm fine taking Bucky here for sure. Looking at your team. Oh, it doesn't show your team. Yeah, I'm good taking Bucky here. And an 8-team start 8, you're taking the best player in the deal, and it's Bucky. A Daredevils here. This is a Dynasty trade. Sam Laporta, Quentin Johnson. This is Superflex 10 team. You get BTJ here. It's basically Sam Laporta in a first. I mean, take this all day, every day. Take that all day, every day. So. All right. I want to make sure if Mirage, if you end up sending one in, then we'll get it to it tomorrow. So. All right. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you. We'll see you here tomorrow before the game. And if you have any questions in the meantime, submit them. We'll be answering questions on the site all day tomorrow. So love you guys. Peace out. We'll see you soon.